Welcome to Top 4. My name is Peter. I'm an Arsenal fan. I'm joined by Oscar, a Chelsea fan.
Game week 2, guys. Game week 2. Let's just keep ourselves calm and collected. All the points don't really mean anything right now, right? It's just practice. It's still preseason for most teams, right?
Oh, might be a bit too late. I'm joined by AD, a Liverpool fan.
What did we have? What? It was Thiago Friday, Jota Saturday, Saturday or Sunday. Let's get it, man. Let's get it. That's good.
And I'm joined by David, an Arsenal fan.
And he signed the thing, bro. He signed it, bro. What took you so long, Kurt?
About time.
Flipping it, bro. The thing, I'm happy.
I'll tell you what else. I'll tell you what else is taking too long is Kepa being dropped because Chelsea 0, Liverpool 2. My goodness, what is it gonna take for Frank Lampard to drop Kepa?
Welcome to the show, boys and girls. I don't like that kind of question. What is it going to take? He's already dropped him multiple times. Like he's dropped him, he's brought him back. He's dropped him, he's brought him back. He didn't play the FA Cup final. He didn't play towards the end of last season. So it's happened. I think the issue is Chelsea didn't sign a keeper in time. Like we signed a bunch of these other players that we wanted to play, and half of them are injured. But we didn't sign a goalkeeper before the season started, and that's a minor L that we just have to hold. In 2 games,
minor.
Yeah, I'd say minor because with the first game he made a howler, but we didn't lose. The second game is a game that we could have lost with flipping Manuel Neuer in goal. So, Chelsea need to sort that out, but that's not the reason we lost yesterday, was it?
Interesting, Adrian. What's the reason why Chelsea lost the game against Liverpool?
I feel as though, personally, like from a Chelsea point of view, I think they just weren't brave enough, and I think the midfield was just constantly swarmed by the Liverpool press, and they just couldn't get out. And I think they couldn't play the penetrative balls that Timo Werner thrives on. And I think when Liverpool perpetually played this high line, for me, it just makes sense to sort of try and get in behind more often because, Werner's got place to burn. And for me, the one time they did actually get him in behind, he was able to sort of run in behind. I think they were able to sort of win a penalty from it. So from the Chelsea point of view, I think that's what it was. But from a Liverpool point of view, I think I think class just prevailed really, and I think it got to a point in the first half that, like Chelsea, I don't think Chelsea sort of played badly up until the red card, but I think Liverpool was sort of will sort of get into the first ball, winning the second ball as well, and we just didn't give them the opportunity to play really. And then once the red card came into play, and then once Thiago come on, it was just a matter of how many really, like because like when a red card happens, like for instance in the Sheffield United Villa game, there's still a game to be had. Whereas yesterday, I feel like they just killed the game completely.
I was quite upset with the team that Lampard put out in the first place, and the way we approached the game in general. It was just such a negative, way to look at it. It felt like we came for a draw. That's how it felt. And like Adrian was saying, the midfield, when we had the ball, the perfect thing to do would have been to lump that ball over the top for Havertz or Werner to run onto. And you can see every time we had the ball in midfield, Werner was on the last shoulder. He was giving Fabinho that little movement where I could go at any moment, but nobody found him with the ball over the top. Nobody, we rarely even tried it. And that's why I was just so annoyed that the lack of ambition from the midfield that was shown. The only positive I can take is that we were so defensively tight that Liverpool didn't create any chances in that first half, because that was the aim. It felt like that was the aim, was just to keep a clean sheet.
When you look at all the sort of attacking flair you've bought over the summer, do you feel like Lampard has an idea of what he wants to do with this Chelsea side? Do you think there is a plan in place? And if so, have you seen any glimpses of it?
Glimpses, nah. I think the fact that we've had so many injuries and there's been no preseason at all has meant that Lampard has not had the time or the ability to get his team playing the way he wants them to play. I think last season we saw that Lampard he's more of an attacking coach than he is a defensive one. Like he gets a team playing well and passing the ball, and we see good movements from some average players last season. We saw good spells in the season. I think this season, the thing I was looking forward to was when we face a team like Liverpool, we can actually go blow for blow with them. Like we can actually go toe to toe. We've got the attackers, you know what I mean? They've got their Mane and Salah, but at the same time, we've got Werner and Ziyech or Havertz or, you know, whoever. I really did feel like Lampard played the wrong team because he was afraid. Like he was afraid that we didn't have those guys. And I think it could have been very, very different if he stuck to a more set game plan. But Liverpool have been playing the same way for 2 years. Chelsea haven't. So,
David, what's your take on this game?
I think flop the base, bruv. Christensen flop the ting.
Really.
If Chelsea, I don't think Liverpool is gonna score that game, you know, unless
Really.
Where did it look like it was coming from?
It didn't look like you. Obviously, they were peppering them in it, yeah, but I don't think a goal was gonna come unless you can't take out Kepa's mistake. I don't know, but like Chelsea were just bad defensive, bruv. I don't know why, but boy. Christensen.
They were defensive, but I did feel like over time, like Liverpool would have broken it down. I don't know. I always felt like Liverpool, they were never worried. They were like always in control of the game. Like they weren't ever panicked. I just felt like the moment was going to come that, especially Chelsea's defense is not necessarily that great anyway. Yes, it performed well, but I can't just pinpoint on the sending off being the only factor. Plus, they got a keeper who's a liability as well. So the goalkeeper will give you goals.
Listen, Trent could have banged in a screamer who we never know in it. But from open play, I don't think Liverpool are going to score a goal.
Yeah, like you just I think you have to look at the game and then understand. Well, from a Chelsea perspective, at least, like Liverpool didn't create chances. The one chance they would have created would have come from that penalty. Sorry, not the penalty, the red card situation. That was the one time they got a ball through and it looked like Mane was away. And you're right, the keeper, like playing Kepa is a liability. So at any moment, a goal could come. But in terms of the way Chelsea set up, how bad defensively we were last season, I saw an improvement to this game. Do you know what I mean? We weren't as bad. We weren't open. Liverpool scored 5 goals against us at Anfield last year. They couldn't score 5 this year with 10 men. So there's an improvement there.
That's very interesting. Adrian, do you feel like it was always coming?
Yeah, I'll be honest. I feel like it got to a point where I feel like Liverpool get into a pattern wherein they're on the ascendancy. They're not necessarily probing, but we've got a control of the game. And I think 9 times out of 10, invariably, it results in Liverpool finding a breakthrough somewhere else. And bearing in mind, by the way, you see Hendo, you see that ball, yeah? Hendo knows his career is on the line.
Yeah.
Hendo looks, he saw Thiago on the bench. Bro, I'm not gonna lie to you, I need to start breaking lines.
He said Hollywood.
Oh my God.
He said I need to start making it happen now. Because like when sort of Keita or Fabinho first come in, like Hendo's place was kind of under threat. He stepped his game up, and I feel like again, he's like, you know what? This is a bad boy player, but the point I was getting to is I think we had Thiago to come in, like sort of other bits and pieces to come in. Personally, I think the goal was coming on.
Okay, fair enough.
Sorry, Pete. We got a comment from SW6 ex London. He said, I'm guessing a Chelsea fan. He says, not too mad at the game. Werner, very, very promising. Get creativity around him. 100%. 100%. I agree. I was saying that earlier. Like, yeah, go on, Pete.
No, I was gonna say what? You're guessing he's a Chelsea fan. SW6. Come on, bruv. The King's Road.
Do you know what? He or she has been commenting for multiple episodes. I've never heard a clear Chelsea alignment. Have you guys noticed that?
To be fair, like seeing this comment has made me confirm it. But I saw the SW6 and I thought, okay,
it's a confirmation.
Obviously might live there.
Obviously, SW6 is SW6, but you know, man like Robin lives near Chelsea, but he's far from a Chelsea fan. So you never know. But yeah, no,
Yeah.
I agree, bro. Werner is a problem. I'm so happy that we have this guy, bro, because he's just a beast. Like, he just runs in and out, causes trouble. Obviously, it wasn't his day when it came to things he did on the ball. He was very sloppy when he had possession, but he caused problems, and that penalty was a perfect example.
Yeah, I think Werner's got something different from strikers that you've had at Chelsea. When you look back at your last couple, since Costa, you've had the likes of Morata, you've had your Higuain, you've tried with Tammy Abraham, Olivier Giroud, Michy Batshuayi. I mean, you've had all types of strikers, and
Yeah.
Werner looks like the one. Werner looks like the one that you could say, yeah, this guy looks like he's going to be the one for Chelsea.
Yeah,
he does need a lot more service though.
Yeah, because even against Brighton and against Liverpool, there was no service to him. He didn't have a real opportunity to show what he's made of. But the more that comes, the more that. So yeah, SW6 said, haha, I do support Chelsea, but just very objective. I rate that, but bro, I need a little bit more biasness from you, because these lot are coming for us, yeah. Even when Boslak is commenting all his Liverpool propaganda, I need some Chelsea on my team.
Right, yeah, Oscar, yeah. When Pulisic comes back, I think Chelsea will be all right.
I'm not concerned.
Havertz, he's how old is he? Is he 18, 19?
21.
Right. He's looking a bit.
To be fair, I'm looking forward to Ziyech, however he's pronounced for now. But that's the one I'm looking for. Injured.
Ziyech injured, Pulisic injured, Chilwell injured, Thiago Silva hasn't really trained, so he's not fit.
Once you man get proper wingers back in the thing,
that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. I'm not worried. And the most annoying thing is, I feel like if we had those players, not only would Chelsea have been better, Lampard would have played a completely different system. And I think it would have been interesting to see how Lampard approached this game with those kind of players. But, you know.
What I will say to that, though, is that Chelsea going forward has never been the issue. It's always about the back, and Chelsea did not improve on the back. I mean, yeah, fine, Chilwell. They brought players, Chilwell and Thiago. They brought them in, and Thiago Silva. But for me, I'm not hearing it, man. This ain't gonna be the cure.
Well, speak on what you saw. Our midfielders and our defenders were all the same as last season. And do you think they performed better or worse?
Yeah, they weren't bad. It's just the red card didn't help. Christensen.
Yeah. That's it.
But then again, would you support defending though?
Pardon?
No.
100%. 100%.
You know he's getting behind him, and then he gambled.
That was Mane duppied, man. Man said, I'm going left side, but I'm quickly inside, bruv. And the ball was perfect, bruv. And he took him out.
I mean,
you can't. That's good movement, bruv. I can't.
It is, but he didn't need to do that. He didn't need to take him out. I would rather have gone 1-0 down than gone 10 men.
And
I was gonna actually ask a question. Do you leave man to score, or do you take him out? Would you be moaning? Why you just leave him like? Because that's David Luiz. I'm spitting blood.
But I think if that goal goes in, like if the ball goes on, Mane reaches it, pushes it past Kepa and scores, I feel like most people are complaining at Kepa for coming out, and then they're also complaining at Chelsea for being so open. Like Henderson just played a ball over the top straight through. There was no one in the way. That was very similar to first game of last season when Pogba does that same ball to Rashford and Chelsea concede that way. No one is going to criticize Christensen for that because he gets beat by pace from Mane. Mane's quicker than him. It's going to happen. So I don't think it was a matter of like us blaming Christensen. It would have been more of a looking at Chelsea as a system sort of thing.
Yeah. And then do you think as well, you sort of mentioned Kepa, do you think that, I don't know, maybe I'm sort of over egging it, but I feel like Fernandinho understands that Edison's going to get there. Van Dijk understands that Alisson's going to get there. Do you think that incessant fear, that unease that Kepa ultimately puts his defenders under, once that's addressed, you will sort of get better defensively? Because because if you remember last week, I actually predicted, I think generally speaking, Chelsea will defend quite well. Because I don't think I think the problem lays in Kepa. I don't know, what do you guys think?
Well, Lola agrees with you. She said Christensen saw Kepa coming out like a muppet and he knew he'd mess it up somehow. I think, do you know what, yeah, I think that's really harsh. Like, I think Kepa gives you so many reasons to criticize him, and I don't think this goal was one of them. Do you know what I mean? Like, I feel like he's a terrible goalkeeper, but him coming out and collecting, like him coming out fast enough to clear a ball has never really been an issue with Kepa. It's always been his shot stopping is poor, he can't dive, his decision making is poor, rare tear tear. I don't know, yeah. Like, I feel like everyone's rushing to blame Kepa because he's the worst player on our team, but I don't think that was his fault. What do you think, Peter?
See, Oscar, the thing is, I feel like, you were saying about look at our midfield and look at what you saw and stuff like that. But the 2 goals you concede, right? Not the 2 goals, sorry, but the sending off and the second goal you concede, like it comes down to chronic errors where you're just sitting there thinking, come on. Like, I'm not going to say, Christensen was unlucky. It was a stupid judgment. Now the ball from Henderson's superb and Mane's run is correct. Let's put it that way. But at the same time, say Mane does get the ball, that first touch against Kepa, why he's so far out of his goal is another problem. So there's more than one issue in that sending off that you have to say, okay, defensively, there's no organization there. Now, Chelsea probably played out their skin. Don't get me wrong, defensively, they tried everything they could to stop it being an embarrassment. But bruv, like with the defending as a whole, the goal that they concede, the sending off they concede, and then the Mane second goal this is for me the prime Chelsea defending that we got last season, and we're going to get it this season. And so, like I always say, going forward, I had no issue with Chelsea. They spent top heavy. They just improved on what they had, which is fair enough, fine. But with these deficiencies, they're not going to progress.
I think there's you can only make so much of that. I don't think Kepa's going to start for Chelsea going forward. I think we are signing a new keeper.
Yeah, why is he starting this season? Why is Kepa starting this season, especially when you're already courting some keeper out in France that none of us know if he's going to be any good. We haven't even heard of him before this season, right? And he plays for Rennes. We played against Rennes. I don't remember him. Do you know what I'm saying? So, like, it's a random guy that they're going for, whereby, that's the thing I can't get. Why did Lampard start him, especially after the Brighton mistake? You thought, okay, fine, that's your last chance. But then again, the Liverpool mistake. And what is the chances that he's going to start against, I can't remember who your next game is, but what are the chances that you're going to... In the league is West Brom. What are the chances that Kepa starts that game?
I think if we sign a new goalkeeper, then he obviously will start ahead of Kepa. I think if we don't sign a new goalkeeper, then Caballero should come in. The reason I think we've done this is because, like I said before, we've taken too long to replace Kepa. We didn't sign anyone quick enough. We're too busy signing attackers. And then, second of all, we have this goalkeeper who earns a lot of money, who costs a lot of money, and we can't get rid of him. If we don't play him, no one's going to want him. So I think the higher ups have basically said, play this guy until you sign someone new because he costs 75 million.
San Martinez.
Let me get to some of these comments because there's been quite a few of them. Yeah. Lola O also says, it was all of it because he's done so much bad. The faith is gone. Talking about Kepa, so no one trusts him in the Chelsea.
I mean, you remember Anfield last year where they're screaming his name, because they clearly don't. I mean, if Rudiger and them man there are trying to shout at me, blood, I'm messing up. I've had a bad day.
Do you know what? It's one of those ones where for me as a Chelsea fan, I'm personally over it. Like, we've spoken about Kepa at length for 2 years. So I'm just like, all right, get this guy out. Like, I don't want to sit here and criticize the Chelsea performance and talk about... I don't want to talk about Kepa when we're criticizing the Chelsea performance because we know his days are numbered. Like, he's getting out the team. So...
But it's just... What's so funny is that, because you said this to me before. You said this to me in the house before, and you were like, well, how much are they numbered? Because this guy is forever getting dropped, but forever making the side. Like I always said, do you remember the debacle against Man City? I said, that's it. That's the last day he's ever in a Chelsea shirt. But then he's found his way back in. He then flopped again last season. I was like, yeah, he's over. I even said it to you yesterday after the game. I said, Kepa's career at Chelsea is done. But lo and behold, we may see him again. So fair enough.
After that Liverpool game, I tweeted the same thing. He's never played for Chelsea again. Guess what? He's played again. Go on, Adrian.
I just think that I think the difficulty with him is so nuanced. It's the fact that he spent an astronomical amount of money on him. B, I think he got a 7-year deal. So this is Chelsea saying we're all in. This is our guy.
What?
This is our guy.
Yeah.
I can't say the spades. He was just a name of some football manager. I didn't know nothing about him. And Kepa's like that Robert son. And that son that is always nicking out of his mum's purse. Like he just smokes weed all day. Get him a job. Get him a job, but then he quits after 4 days. He says he's too big to be working for someone. Like Kepa, there's no bounds to this guy's disappointment. Every turn he messes things up. Every turn he gets things wrong.
Do you know what? Yeah, I used to. As a goalkeeper, I would have felt sorry for him, but because of the scumbaggery he did against Sarri in that Man City game, I've never forgiven him. Since then, I've just said, you know what? I can't stand you as a human being. You deserve everything you get. Otherwise, on another day, I would have felt really sorry for him.
Let me read some of these comments. SW6 says we need another keeper. We need another keeper, regardless. Why? Because Caballero is 40. Kepa needs competition. I mean, doesn't need competition. He needs to get out. That's what he needs. But yeah, Douglas says Kepa is just another Karius. I agree. I agree. He's just like what?
Actually, quick question. Question.
A very expensive.
Question: Who is worse?
Kepa. He cost
who is worse? Who is worse? No, but like
75
no, man for man. Forget fee. Man for man. Who's worse? Kepa or Karius?
Listen, Karius got to the Champions League final and messed up.
Do you know why Karius is better? Because at least he tricked us into thinking he's somewhat decent. Kepa has never had a somewhat convincing. The verdict, the jury's always been out on him. The jury's always been out on him.
Oh. Do you know what? The minute Chelsea put 70 million on this kid, I sat there and thought, they've pulled a blinder. Who is this guy? Right? 2-2s now. He's never been it, bro. It was game 1 or game 2. I saw him. I said, yeah, he's not it. And especially for the fee he was at. I thought, there's nothing special about this one.
Move on.
Still a few more comments on the goalkeeper situation. I'm going to get to the other comments after, but let me just finish all this Kepa stuff. Kepa is bad enough that you need to just bite the bullet and cancel that contract. Do like United did to Sanchez and Arsenal did to Mickey. That's what Lola O has to say. Ooh!
That contract's fat, fam. If you're saying it's a 7-year deal, that's a fat payoff, man.
Bro, he's on big
madness,
P.
bro.
He's on big P, bro. He's doing a lot. And also SW6 said it plainly. All you have to do is look at the way Alisson came in Liverpool. Presence alone gave the defense confidence. Gave the defense confidence. And I think so much has been made about Chelsea's poor defense last season. But honestly, we conceded about 15 to 20 goals because of Kepa. He's that bad.
Yeah,
he's that bad.
What was this Sky Sports graphic about him like conceding 20 goals or 18 goals outside the box since he's joined?
Since he's joined, he's conceded the most goals outside the box, and that's about 19.
Scoring them bangers, bro.
Yeah, everyone scores bangers. Boss That Endo is feeling very, very confident. He said Stamford Bridge is our second home.
Hey,
Adrian, do you agree?
Because I think they said something in the commentary like we've only lost twice in the last 7 games there, something like that. Yeah, so we do okay. Because do you remember under Rafa, we could never buy a win. We love more money. But now we're doing this. Well, the money always anything.
Boss Like Endo, it seems you guys got knocked out of the FA Cup at home last year, then I guess. If you want to make jokes like that. Yeah. How do you not feel about Thiago's debut?
Okay.
I'll
bro, I'm on delay. But anyway.
Bro, I finished it. No one said nothing. SW6 says Liverpool, though the minute Thiago came on at halftime, it was a wrap. Dominated. I think Chelsea killed themselves. Kepa may have sealed his fate. Yeah, so he mentioned Thiago, so I thought I'd get your opinions. What do you not think?
Yeah, no, I think he done a very comfortable, steady performance. He gave away the penalty, by the way, so let's not go on like he was flawless. He went flawless, but he did a very steady, competent job, which in England, for some reason, we laud it because it's like, just to see simple, direct. I mean, the successful pass rate was an insanity. The amount of passes he done in the game, insanity. Now, you could argue, was it sideways? Was it a lot of one touch, two touch? Who cares? He got more passes than any Chelsea player got in the entire game, and he played half of the game, which, he for me, he did a good, strong 7.5 out of 10. That's what I would say. I'm not going to go over the top and say he was an 8 and 9, but he was competent. He was playing up against 10 men. This was perfect. The perfect debut you could ever ask for. The conditions, anyway.
Yeah, I echo Peter's sentiments. I think if you want to give a player like Thiago his debut, I think that's the perfect scenario wherein a team is sort of defending a draw. You're playing against 10 men. He's not gonna barely get any pressure on the ball. But bro, I'll be honest with you, I was starstruck, man. Like genuinely, it doesn't feel real that Thiago Alcantara is a Liverpool player. Like I'm looking at him and it feels like. It feels like a testimonial. It feels like he's put on the shirt for a game and he's going to go away. But this is a top draw, world class, bona fide superstar, and genuinely, this is a signing that takes us to another level because he does things that no other midfielder on our team can do, and it's as simple as that. Now, I love Wijnaldum, but Wijnaldum hasn't necessarily got that range. So what he'll do is he will sort of take the ball. He will try and dribble it to where it needs to get to. Where Thiago one touch, and the thing that I think I took out of it was his first thought is always forward. It's always who's making a run, who can I set off. And when we've got fullbacks like Trent, like Robert, when we've got pace like Mane, like Salah up top, it's a recipe for success in my opinion, and it just gives us something next different. And then there was like a audacious ball which had to sort of set Wijnaldum away where. I didn't even think the pass was on. Wijnaldum's in the back stake, couldn't quite reach it. So, lads, I can't lie to you. Like, Thiago is a game changer, and we're lucky to have him. And he doesn't even necessarily need to play every game as well, but just in games where we need that something different. Top player.
I think he's such a huge game changer for Liverpool to the point where I now think they're going to win the league, which I didn't before. I thought it was City's, but I don't know that they've come up with the right additions late on in the window, and it looks like something serious is happening over there again.
Do you know what? I think they've had the best transfer window this season. When you consider Thiago and Jota, when you consider what they needed, what they already have, Minamino for me as well, by the way, those last 6 months were just pre-season. He's going to kick on this year. Do you get what I'm saying? And I feel like if you improve on Shaqiri, Origi, Lallana, Chamberlain with Minamino, Thiago, Jota, flipping out, man. Like, one of the reasons why we loved Wolves so much, Jota was one of the main reasons as well, by the way. I know people talk about Adama Traore. Raul Jimenez, fantastic as always. But my God, Jota being out of that Wolves side, it's going to be a big, big miss for them. And so I don't even say Wolves are in that pack anymore because they got rid of a, not got rid, but they're not in the pack anymore because of the fact that they've lost such an important player. You might argue they spent 40 million quid or whatever it was, right? But I'm telling you, bro, that is a fantastic transfer.
They'd replaced him before they got him when they brought in Podence. Yeah, like they've got a lot of players. I think they'll still be there.
Yeah. If you want to compare Jota to Podence and Neto and them players there, fair enough. Go for it. But I'm just saying today. If you're going to talk about Wolves fighting in that top 6 position, they've got a big dent in that situation right now. That's what I'm saying.
Fair enough. There was a few more comments on Thiago. Bosslat Indo said, I felt sorry for Chelsea when Thiago came on.
Wasn't fair.
Yeah, because we were down to 10 men. And that's why when I see all these stats, I'm like, he did have a lot of passes. He did play great, but come on, like you had the extra space on the pitch. There was no player there.
I do think mentally, as a Chelsea player, like as a midfielder, I'm running onto the pitch. The first thing I see is Thiago stood by the fourth official, all strips off. I'm thinking, bloody hell, mate.
For flip's sake, bro. And they know what he's about because we played them in the Champions League, so we know what Thiago's about already. Lola O says Thiago came on the pitch with pure sauce. That's what he was on. Doing up tricks and no look passes.
Oh my goodness.
I hate no look passes, man. They're just not real. They're not real things.
When they're done well, though, they're amazing. They are amazing. When it's done well.
They're almost. I don't remember the one she's referencing. I didn't see Thiago do one, but more often than not, they're the most unnecessary skill ever. Like you could have just passed it. You could have just passed it there. The look didn't fall anyway. SW6 says Liverpool getting Thiago wrapped the league for me at the moment. World class CM at his peak gives Liverpool a new dynamic. Mane is a machine now. I agree. What do you think about Mane?
Yeah. Well, Mane had to let everyone remember, fam, it's not just a salad thing, you know. I know you can get some hat tricks, but let me go to Stamford Bridge and get 2, you know what I'm saying? And just remind y'all that I'm still here. You know what? Pick up Mane.
He's got a storehouse in the next game, bro.
Lola O said something while we were talking about Jota. He said, Podence was taking Jota's minutes away anyway. He was balling. You know what I mean? That's the kind of thing I was alluding to. Like Podence is at it.
Yeah, we've got a good deal in my opinion because they've got sort of talented players that can do similar for them, and then with that money, I think they're in for Nelson Semedo as well. So now they've dealt with the Doherty departure. So I think all three parties win.
The one I'm looking out for is Fabio Silva. That's the kid that I'm like, you know what? Big up Football Manager, 100%. That's where I found out. But he will be. He will be. I'm just gonna say he will be. He will be.
Okay. I'll take your word for it. I don't know anything about him, but
okay. That we will have to wait and see. Anything else on this game before we move things swiftly on? Because I'm ready to laugh. I don't know about you lot. But I'm ready to laugh. Yellow 10. Man like the Wilf, yeah? Come up to Old Trafford, lick shots, man. Wow. Do you get what I'm saying? And you know what's amazing? Do you know what I love about this Man United Crystal Palace game the most? Is that United were dead and Crystal Palace were actually good. Like, you can't take anything away. Forget, penalty decision, rare tear. You ain't got to talk about none of that. They were well and truly beaten. Man, them. Ollie out. What are you saying?
That's me. That's been me from flipping.
Talk it.
Guys.
You know who needs to dip?
Who?
Bruv, Woodward, bro.
100%. 100%.
Yeah, but we been knew that.
No, he actually needs to go, bruv.
Okay, no, but the thing is, I don't think anyone is in like confusion about that topic. We all know Ed Woodward is taking Man United for a ride so he can look like a marketing genius and make the club the biggest brand in the world without actually winning any trophies. We already know that play is happening. But what people don't seem to understand is that Ole Gunnar Solskjaer is a trash manager and they're going to continue to lose games no matter who they sign. If they bring in Sancho, they would have lost against Crystal Palace anyway. Like, he can't manage a football team in the Premier League. It can't happen.
Do you know what's mad about this Palace game, yeah? I sat there and said, okay, they need a centre-half. They need another centre-half. They need a left-back, right? They need a DM, right? And yet, in my mind, I'm sitting there thinking, these men are just looking for forwards. They're looking for Sancho. Hang on a minute. Have you seen what's behind Van der Beek? He sat there, I don't know if you got images of him. He just sat there thinking, flipping out, what have I joined? Why have I left guaranteed success at Ajax to come here and watch the shower of mug?
Well, you're saying why is he joined? Lola's just answered the question clearly. It's season 5 of unlocking Pogba, and it started off with a whimper. We're still trying to fit the pieces around. I saw a tweet today, that said the only way for us to get the real out of Pogba is if you start him, with Makelele behind him and Zidane just in front of him. That's the only way we're gonna see real Pogba, bruv.
By the way, we've got a goal at Molineux. It's a Kevin De Bruyne penalty. Wolves 0, Manchester City 1. We've kicked things right off. We're back on. How many goals do you want? But listen, there was 4 of them at Old Trafford. Look, the thing is, yes, unlocking this Pogba saga. I can't believe it's 2020, 2021 season, and we're still chatting the same nonsense, the same garbage about Manchester United. The same, we need to spend more. They need to invest more money. Their defenses, their centre-back pairing was 110 million. Are you sure? Are you sure? Because a couple man from South London were giving man the rings, blood. We're giving him rings, Jordan Ayew. When does Jordan Ayew look good? When?
All of last season.
Do you get what I'm saying?
Yeah, no, you're right.
Blood?
You see his audacity.
Oh my God. Yeah, it's the honestly, the bravery is what is quite extreme. And Jamie Carragher earlier on Monday Night Football tonight was sort of explaining like how they just went for it. Like Palace just came and said, "Look, we're going to put 4 of us on you." And like to think, like who goes to Old Trafford and says, "You know what? We're going to go for it. We're going to go and attack them." I tell you what, United without the football, with the football, they haven't got a clue what to do. They don't know what to counter-attack FC. That's what their name should have been since Ollie took charge. That's the best thing they're good at. That's the worst thing about it. That's the best thing they're actually good at. And man, Crystal Palace. The double, 2 years in a row.
United are dead.
I'm enjoying every minute of it, David. But David, I'm loving every minute of it, and long may it continue.
We're gonna get on to Crystal Palace in a bit, but I just want to stay on Man United for a little while. So I'm gonna get to the Man United comments first. Boss like Endo says, Man United make me laugh. People thought they could challenge for the title. They need 3 more signings, or it's looking like another turbulent season for the Old Trafford side. No, he said signings in the next thing, so I'm assuming he said.
Okay. Bro,
they need 3 more signings.
Listen, two things. Manchester United, will never win the league title. First of all, with Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, confirmed.
Thank you.
Number 2, they're never going to win the. Hang on, let me finish. Number 2, they're never going to win the Premier League title with Ed Woodward in charge. Okay, so let's just delete that right now. So as long as those 2 are in there, I'm going to give it 5 to 10 years. Man United will not lift a Premier League title.
10
is a lot.
I'm saying 5 to 10. 5 to 10 is what I'm saying.
Mad.
Their last title was 7 years ago.
Yeah.
That's mad.
Because you could write this season off. You might as well write this season off. So it's a. Oh my God, I love it all.
Just inject.
Free signings, bro. Look, they're far away from. It's more than free signings.
How much money are you gonna spend, bro?
Say again.
How much money are they gonna spend?
This is it.
Well,
no, David, you're 100% right. How much money are they going to spend on a guy that doesn't even know how to manage a side? This guy finished his work experience season, right? And he goes, I need a centre back. They get him Maguire for 80 million. He needs a right back. They get him Aaron Wan-Bissaka. Still not good enough. They're 12th of January or however they were in the league. They were low. Then they go in again, get Bruno Fernandes. Now, Igalo as well. They've gone in and got flipping Donny van der Beek. Why would you spend so much money on a guy who goes into a game against Crystal Palace and can't beat them with a better squad? Like Roy Hodgson tactically outsmarted Ollie yesterday or Saturday or whenever it was.
Ollie's not a tactician by any stretch of the imagination.
You're a manager. How can you not be a tactician?
Because they just pulled out come on, mate. They just pulled out someone out the old closet and said, here's a legend. Let's fling him in there. They hadn't got a clue. I mean, the fact that Manchester United, right? They sacked Mourinho, and they said, you know what, Ollie, just hold tight for us for like the next 6 months. It's not nothing permanent. We're just gonna have you at the helm, steady the ship. They then gave him a contract in March. Like the season wasn't even finished. Like they gave him a contract in March and made him a permanent deal. Like Ernest has said it time and time again. The dumbest football club in world football.
In the world.
You know what I'm saying? And it's like, I love every ounce of this. Pochettino, Allegri, people that are jobless are sitting there waiting for a job. And you're just sitting there thinking, blood, what they've got, they brought in Ollie? Really? At a
And-
time
and
like
yeah.
this, it's insane.
Let me. Now go,
I was just
Adrian.
gonna say, I was just gonna say, and they give you all of this jazz. Oh, we're such a big club, we can't sign a player with a buyback clause like Reguilon. But yeah, you're doing stupid small club things in the next breath. Like it doesn't make sense. Like,
Every time United don't sign a player, there's an excuse for why they didn't sign him. Garbage.
Bro, do you know what, Oscar, though? They are top 4 FC. Forget it. They're top 4 podcast FC. Do you know why? Because when like I listened to some other podcasts earlier on, and they were mentioning that, you know, when Man United ain't in the Champions League, guess what? They spend bare P, and then they get in the Champions League, and then the money somehow like dwindles a little bit, or the spending is not as aggressive, right? Just like when Mourinho was first there, trucked a load of money in, he got second. The following season, it was like, you know, try and make do with what you got. But like, you know what I'm saying? And then they fall back out again. They go hell for leather when it comes to getting in the top 4, but they don't care about winning the Premier League title because their behavior proves so. Dead guys, bruv. Top 4 FC, a counter-attack FC, you know, Ollie FC. Oh, I love it all, mate. Please keep him. We want you to stay. Ollie Gunnar Solskjaer. We want you to stay.
Right. Lola O says nobody on the United team was good except Van der Beek when he came on, which is true. What else is there? Peter, apparently, Boss Like Endo says you're a closet Man United fan.
Fam, I'm far from it, brother. It's a team that I hate the most. I hate them more than Spurs and Chelsea, and that takes some doing. I hate Manchester United without shadow of a doubt.
That's true.
Okay. Lola O says they don't even counter with sense. They just get the fast ones on run. No patterns at all. And this is my biggest biggest gripe with Ole Gunnar Solskjaer and Manchester United. I don't know what they're trying to do. I don't get it. Like,
do you know what? It's like us managing it.
Yeah. Well, no. I'd be a better. No, I'd do more than that. Don't disrespect me.
No, but like, what I'm saying is, bro. What I'm saying is like we have no qualifications in football, do we? Right? Mm-hmm. So imagine us rocking up to Old Trafford and we say, "Right, okay, cool, Greenwood, you're quick, bro." They pulled out Daniel James, fam. Like I was in shock to see him in the starting 11.
Man. Come on.
I was like, what? He's still there.
What the hell?
But like Lola's saying, Daniel James was bought for just pure pace. They didn't think about anything else. He just.
No, but notice, guys.
This is the guy.
Remember when Daniel James first started for Man United and he scored bare goals? He was playing like on the left. So whenever he had the opportunity to cut in on his right foot, he'd hit it top bins. He did it against Chelsea. He did it against, I think, Crystal Palace. I think away at Southampton he did it as well. Yeah. So he did it there, but then they started playing Rashford on that side. So he's now useless because all he does is run. And
what's funny is if you see Leeds' All or Nothing document, no, is it Take Me Home documentary, whatever it is on Amazon, right? Leeds are about to sign Daniel James, and then it gets kind of squashed or whatever. If you had Daniel James under Bielsa at Leeds, you think there'll be a better player than what we're getting at Man United? He looks uncooked right now.
Maybe. But
SW6 said Man United are suffering ultimately because of Woodward, and honestly, I think they're suffering from a poor coach. How are we expecting Rashford, Maguire, AWB, Daniel James, all these players to get better under Ole Gunnar Solskjaer?
Do you think that's harsh?
Who's better on him?
Facts.
The forward players are obviously Rashford has been nasty since post lockdown. But let's be honest, Martial looks a much more sort of complete forward. Rashford, when he was good, he looks a much better player. Obviously, he's integrated. Greenwood. Now, don't get me wrong. Like Ole Gunnar Solskjaer should never be Manchester United manager. He's not of that caliber. But to say that he's not done anything good, like I think it's a bit easy. Like defensively, they were a lot better. Of course, they had horrendous games. Players made mistakes.
Do you know what, Adrian?
He hasn't been given anything.
AD, I feel like he just came in. It's one of those ones. He came with the new manager bounce thing. When he came here, they rocked up and all of a sudden they beat like Cardiff 5-1. They were slapping up Huddersfield, rare. And I feel like, like Harry Redknapp, he's not known for his coaching. He's known for his man management more so, right? And I feel like Oli came in on a good vibe. Like anything but Mourinho was heaven on earth for them, man.
Yeah.
So like he comes in now and it's like it was nice and calm, innit? It was like nice and calm. And then it's like, okay, now the real thing has come. And when it comes down to the nitty-gritty of, they lost 3 semi-finals. That's not just something to just brush over. We can't just brush over something like that. When it comes to the top elite level of football, it comes down to the very small things make the big differences. Do you get what I'm saying? So it's not enough to just have just a thingy. Like you need to have seasoned, good managers that win trophies. By the way, he hasn't won a trophy at Manchester United. You know what I'm saying? And when was the last time United went a whole season without winning a trophy? Really and truly, like since Ollie's come in, it's now the norm. Whereas before, no matter what you could say about Van Gaal, no matter what you could say about Mourinho, they left with trophies in their hands.
Something on the table. And Peter, and again, that goes back to my initial point, is that the problem has to be Manchester United, because it's Manchester United, it's not Sunderland. Like Sunderland, Neil Quinn will come in, we'll have the new manager bounce, unbeaten in 4 games. Oh, we'll just go ahead and give him a 3-year deal. He kept us in the league. Bro, this is Man United. Like, and don't get me wrong, we see teams like Chelsea do it, where they'll get in an interim manager, get at the end of the season, and what's the Dutch guy? Not the advocate. What's the name of that?
Gus Hiddink.
Gus Hiddink or Di Matteo or Avram Grant. Well, fair enough. It's been a crap season. They take us over the line, and we go and we sign a long-term target. We had in mind. We go and get Poch. We go and get Allegri. How in the blue hell is Ole Gunnar Solskjaer a Manchester United manager? Answer me that question. Because
I don't know.
United, he's found about 2 hot streaks. That's all. He's had 2 good reigns of form.
Yep.
And he's the manager of one of the biggest clubs in world football. It is absolutely abysmal.
Lola O says, I hate that they keep putting Oli in the same group as Lampard and Arteta. Lampard is in his 3rd season as manager. Arteta is in his 2nd. And Oli is in his 13th year.
And he's the worst. He's the worst of the 3. He's the worst of the 3.
He's the worst of the 3.
I feel sorry for him. He's out of his depth. I genuinely feel sorry for the guy.
He was at Cardiff. He took him down. Do you know what I'm saying? He was out there in Norway. Managing Malmo and them man there. That's the Levs. Let man stay there and learn his craft, blood, because he's not ready for the big thing. He's not.
He's not ready for it at all.
Man.
Hilarious.
Goal at Molineux, by the way. Just 1 second, Guna. Goal at Molineux. It's Wolverhampton Wanderers 0, Manchester City 2, and it's that man, Phil Foden, ladies and gentlemen.
Way.
Oh wow!
He scores on and off the pitch. Yeah. Arsenal Guna says, always nice to see United losing. Hi, Robin. Unfortunately, when United lose, the Man United fans don't want to come on this podcast. So
we've got no Robin, no Ernest, fam. What time to be alive?
Hopefully they'll watch it back and they'll see that exactly. Lola O said, if Sancho has sense, he'll wait until next season and have his pick of the clubs.
What? What the hell is he doing going to Man United?
Honestly,
bro, I'm at Dortmund, I've got life, I've got Haaland, I've got young Jude Bellingham. Like, I'm in a good moment. Why the hell would I go to a zone where bombs just gone off? When essentially,
honestly, you're so right. You're so right, Adrian. Honestly, if Jadon Sancho comes to Manchester United this window, he's told me a lot about himself already. I already know his mentality. I don't even need to speak any further. He should not even next season, he should not even think about Manchester United. He shouldn't even think about them. Because the way that club is run, you got to be kidding me that you join that. Why would you join that?
He's a dead team, guys.
It's a dead team. What's that end that said United should have let Leicester get top 4 because they've wasted this summer. I mean, it's not over yet. We've seen what Liverpool have done in the past week. So
do you know what? Yeah, you know them ones though. You know, like if you want United to fail, yeah, what you want is what's happening. Like you wanted them to get in the top four because it papered over the cracks that actually we're not that bad. We can go on and challenge for the league title, whatever. Yeah, like if they finish outside the top four, like this year, if they finish outside the top four, they will let Ollie go. They have to. They have to.
They will.
So
They will.
and you want it to be, you want that to be a slower process because one day they're going to hit the jackpot on a manager, surely at some stage, and then it will be like, oh crap, here they come. So as long as this is happening, bro, I don't mind.
All right, we spoken about Man United. Should we talk about Palace a little bit? How good were they?
Oh yeah.
Hey, man, like Wolf, man, like you know what I'm saying.
SW6 says hold tight, Zaha and Ezzy, aka younger Zaha.
Bro, you know what? Like it's good to just see them doing their thing, man. I'm happy to see them do their thing. The handball situation though was a bit mad, fam.
Premier League is Scooby-Doo, bro.
You know what I'm saying? I'll be furious if they gave a penalty against me for that handball. Absolutely furious.
It wasn't a penalty. That's for sure.
And then the second thing,
the whole retake is garbage. That's
the
garbage.
retake, yeah, exactly. The retake is like family tree. What do you mean, like?
But they did say if the keeper comes off his line before the ball's kicked, you do it again.
But I guarantee you, how many times are we going to see this? How many times are we going to see this in the league, David? Keepers jumping off their line later on, and nothing's going to be called. Because I swear De Gea did it the second time. Like, if you want to be technical, I could have sworn he did it the second time, but no one gives a damn because Palace scored, and that's what we want to see. I feel like, do you know what? Because you know how I've always called like the Premier League bent because of the gifting that Man United get, right? Yeah, in this game, I saw the total opposite, and I wonder, like, okay, have they clocked onto something where they're like, look, we can't make it that obvious. We've got to give them games where we let's try and balance the needle a little bit because let's be honest, those decision makings crazy.
30 cancelled his direct debit.
You know, Fergie went onto the phone to them straight after the game, bruv. You know full well. He was there as well, wasn't he? Not covering his nose. Wearing a face mask, not covering his nose. That stuff winds me up.
That's 79, you know? Fergie.
SW6 said, don't forget Andros Townsend was violating, man. He was.
Man like Andros Townsend, you know.
Everyone was flipping out. Even Lola O said A was dead, but he was still batting up that defense.
Yeah, no, I was just gonna say, big up Mitchell as well, because I see another black kid in South London. I said, "Bro, Palace are just pulling them out the bag. Like it's non-stop, bro."
Lola O said, "Palace are playing a Black Boy FC, and I love it, bro." Do you see the foot? They had a moment where I think they started a match of the day, where every time they won the ball, they'd just have 4 people running at United's back line. It was just 4 black men running.
But they were literally trying to play for their place at Man United next season. They see they're like, if we could be AWB, bro, we could be the next one, bro. You know what it was.
But to be fair, man. Everyone, every club right now is turning into Black Boy FC, apart from like Liverpool.
Oh,
think about Arsenal. Arsenal got a whole load of black players. United have been Blackchester United for a bit. Chelsea, most of our youth is black. We've signed a black goalkeeper. now Palace as well. South London.
Yo, big up Palace. Well, they are, aren't they? Like, who else in South London is doing the thing? Chelsea just don't even call themselves South. It ain't Millwall, it ain't Charlton. That's for damn sure.
On the topic of the penalties, Lola said, nah, Alisson saved his legally, and so did Martinez, because Martinez saved the penalty today. David De Gea just needs to learn how to do it.
I'll be honest, I feel like a penalty is such a harsh jeopardy already. I know you want to encourage people more and say both like I have to have a foot on the line. But like naturally, when you're diving, like a foot is gonna, I don't know, I just think it's a harsh rule. Like, obviously, like if man's like touching the 6-yard box, obviously we take it. But if it's like millimeters in it, come on, man.
Yeah, man. It's like the most minuscule advantages, but I suppose the rule has to exist, innit? It's silly.
Yeah, the truth of the matter is, like, you know, we're always complaining about margins and rare. Like, if it is, it is, and if it isn't, it isn't, kind of thing. Let's just keep it black and white. Whereas when you start getting to closeness, he was only a millimeter off, then it's like, it's hairy again.
It's pulling hairs, isn't it?
Bossa Endo is saying that next Monday is Liverpool versus Arsenal. He wants us to postpone the stream.
Bro, I'll be sitting there like watching the game through my fingers, blood, because I'm not on it, cuz. I'm not gonna lie.
I want to be at night vigil. I need to win the league again.
It's a night vigil.
Socks off and everything.
What? Tongues and everything, yeah?
Yeah, come on, man. I'll be like late hands.
Them ones, bro. I gotta read the Psalms, fam. Like it's
Also,
all on top.
Notice how when we were talking about Kepa and Chelsea, Douglas was commenting. Now we go to the Man United topic.
Bro, Douglas hella quiet.
No comments from Douglas.
Hella quiet, Douglas.
They need to sort something out.
It's all right.
Yeah. Yeah, it's actually like do you know what it is? It's that realization of, bro, we're here again with Manchester United. Like we're actually here again. But like I said, 2 centre halves, a left back, a DM. That's priority. But you want to go down and chase gal? You know what I'm saying? Go ahead, bro. You lot can do that. That's what all I care about, bro. You lot can go and do that. It will get all fancy and flary up top. Nah, man. You need to stick to the what you need. You know them way, yeah. Anyway. Anyway, next game. Let's talk about Arsenal beating West Ham United. Oh, before we get there.
Sorry, Lola said also to add, Bruno was showing how he is when he doesn't get his pens. Just rubbish.
Blood. Did you see his dive?
Diving and that.
Oh my days!
I don't think it was a dive, you know.
Yeah, I didn't think it was a dive.
That's painful, bro. When the stud slices you.
Yeah, and it was the tip of his foot.
No, bro. There's one. No, I swear there was one where, like, literally, I think he's facing another way. I can't remember what the player was that was coming at him, but he literally just like kind of his legs just jump in the air and he just falls over and rolls over. And like when you watch the slow-mo again, the player doesn't even touch him.
I thought I saw one where he nicked him. Still,
I'll look for it. I'll send it.
On your throat, that angle, that's like a shank, man. That's everything. Painful, that's it.
Lola said 1 pass out of 15 will be useful.
That's a mad ratio.
Yeah, him, Pogba, and McTominay. It didn't work. It just didn't work.
Fam, I don't mind, because when they play a team that's legit, with no DM and with the shower of crap they've got at centre half, and the God knows what they got at left back. You know what I'm saying? God knows what they're going to turn up with at left back. And Fosu Mensah, that's the last time we see him in the Premier League. I can tell you that as well. So
I didn't think he was that bad.
No, it was that bad, but he's not that good. It's not the point. Yeah, that's the point. So, well, I can't wait. Do you know what I can't wait for? Manchester United versus Leeds United. That is a fixture I am waiting for. I can't wait for it. It's going to be goals galore.
It's a shame there's no crowd, man.
Yeah, it's true.
There might be by the time that fixture comes.
Yeah, I think it's in December. Arsenal 2, West Ham United 1. David, bruv. We got there in the end. We scraped it. What are your thoughts?
Just poor, bro. Why did you change the team for, man? That's why I don't like Arteta, bro. Why do you change the team for, bro?
What, Ceballos in instead of Elneny?
The team, bro. Okay, Tini gets injured, fine. If the thing as Glasnach needs to go, he's dead, bro.
Do you know what? The back three, like the back, what's it called? The back four of like Tierney, of Kolasinac, Holding, Gabriel. I was looking at this thinking, yo, this is so makeshift. It's unreal. Like bro, we will concede today.
Thing was, he's Kolasinac, bro. He's not a steady guy, bro. He's just panic, bro. For the rest of them, panic, bro.
Yeah, man. It was weird, bro. Like I was
why did he bench Maitland-Niles, bro? He played well, bro.
I mean, in fairness, Saka played 2 lads.
Nah, bro, move. He needs to stay on the bench, bro.
Saka created 2 goals.
I know.
Yeah, Saka was brilliant.
Yeah.
Our defense was shaky, bro. Was he not there, bro? Against Fulham, the team was legit, bro.
No, but Fulham,
yeah, bro. Fulham were they not attacking, and we held it down, bro. Play the same team, bruv.
The thing is, yeah, I think David, you're right, because at the end of the day, Fulham, you know, we dispatched them nice and easy, and you would have just thought, you know, let's just replay again. It's West Ham United. We're at home. West Ham are pony and trap. Let's just duppy and leave. When you're gonna go play Liverpool, you can understand changing. I'm with you. I think they should have played the exact same team he had against Fulham. Do you know them way there? And then you could tinker a little bit against Liverpool where you need to. It wasn't necessary. And I feel harsh for like El Neni and Maitland-Niles. I think you're right. On that one.
Bro. We was calm.
Because even if Tierney's out, Kolasinac is not the first man you bring on. You bring on Maitland-Niles first. You know the ones. You bring on Mainsley, bro. So yeah, I'm with you, man. Were we playing a back four or a back three or back five? Because I couldn't tell. It looked like a back four, and I thought this is why we're losing. I don't know.
I was confused, blood.
Yeah, it was a weird one, man. I don't know, bro. It's a bit. It's just a bit.
But, you know, we got. So, Lola said Arsenal need to pray to the heavens that they get Aouar and Partey because the midfield is useless.
I've got news on Partey, not Partey. I've got news on Aouar, right? Aouar, yeah. That he legit wants to he legit wants to come, yeah. But it's a case of it's just literally like agreeing a fee. And it's like now Torreira's been brought into this situation whereby Torreira could go in as a swap, and you know, but then also Torreira's now been linked with the Atletico Madrid place as well. So it's a bit messy. The truth of the matter is this: Aouar wants to play for Arsenal. That's the bottom line. And Arteta wants Aouar. Now it's a matter of how do you make this happen in the end?
Flip's sake,
for real.
The thing that annoys me about these deals is that the season has begun. Like, get it done. Like, just get it done.
Yeah.
We're here now. So, if it was like
what's annoying is that there's still like 2 weeks of this window to go. Like, it's bare long, blood.
Yeah, that's a lot. You know?
Like,
a lot can happen in 2 weeks.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, man, a lot can happen in 2 weeks.
Right, you're waiting for us to get packed by Liverpool, then you decide to go and pay the money back. Nonsense, bro.
Nah, for real, bro. We're gonna get handled and mangled, bro, by Liverpool.
Flip's sake.
It's as simple as that.
Fam,
mangle and dangle.
Lola said Kolasinac is a bastard. He needs to be a bouncer or sort of. And you know what? Yeah, she put the silent G in front of the B. That means it's like, you know what I mean. You gotta say it proper.
Nah, for real, he's legit a bouncer. Do you know what? Ozil should just pay him to be his guard. At the end of the day, man saved his life. You get me? Like, and he can pull out if he give him a shank, brother, and then we're good to go.
Loto said Saka is one of the best players. Was one of the best players. Yeah, yeah.
No, do you know what? He grew into the game because I felt like at the beginning I was like, oh, he's having a hard time here, and I felt like I don't know whether or not it's because it's been a long. When was the last time he played a Premier League game? Like, it's not been that same because Premier League football is so intense, bro. Like, I think we kind of underestimate it sometimes. It's not the same as playing a Community Shield, even if it is Liverpool or an FA Cup. Like, it doesn't really matter like what competition it is. But the Premier League football, where you're playing teams like West Ham, where the agenda is different compared to when you're playing against the big teams who want to go out and win. When you're playing against teams that are trying to make sure we do not get beat, it's a different. Yeah, it's what I'm saying. It's a different kettle of fish, and I just feel like Saka, still a little kid, isn't it? He's going to adapt and get better. He's going to get better. He will grow, but he needs to grow into the season very quickly.
He needs to grow physically as well. Like because the thing about, I was actually having a conversation with someone on Saturday while I was watching the game. The thing about Saka, like, he's got no amazing physical attributes. Literally, all of his quality comes from his brain, his technical ability, and his understanding of the game. Like, literally, you can play him 6, 7, 8 positions on the field, or he'll do a job for you. Like, no, Bukayo Saka is going all the way to the top, man. He's sick.
I love the guy. I love the guy. Lola O just said, all those Xhaka fans will see Pepper when a real mobile midfielder comes through.
I like Granit Xhaka, man.
Yeah, That's why I picked that comment, Pete, because you're a Xhaka mark.
Do you know what it is, yeah? I'm a mark for him because he's a nice guy, blood. At the end of the day. And the thing is, look, Xhaka, before he came to Arsenal, do you remember, like, his name? Everybody was talking about him. I think Liverpool were linked with him as well. Like, this guy was in Mönchengladbach, the DM, man's running the show. He's the captain. He was, like, 22, running house, yeah? And when he came, game one, I remember, against Liverpool, got sent off. And I said, rah, who is this Don? Yeah, like, what's happening? Because I remember he gave away 2 stupid free kicks early on. And I thought, okay, cool. He just needs to cut that out of his game. But as time's gone on, we got nothing from him. And you know what's amazing about Xhaka now? No news is good news. If he hasn't done anything bad, if you don't even remember that he played, then he's had a good performance. That's kind of harsh. But the El Neni and Xhaka thing over the last couple of games has been a decent pairing. Is it good long term? I don't know. But to your point, David, he should have not tinkered with it, because now we're a bit more nervous going into the Liverpool game when we should have just been a bit more comfortable.
Liverpool are going to slap us, bro. For flip's sake, bro.
I like Xhaka, but do you know what? I like Xhaka. What he needs is Thomas Partey behind him, and then we'll get a better Xhaka. I don't think Xhaka needs to go off the pitch. I think you need to.
Blood.
Yeah, facts.
This business is too bad. Liverpool want to slap us, blood.
Yeah.
I must admit as well, though, like, I don't get why we're pursuing or why we signed Ceballos again if we're trying to pursue our. Because if you look at the midfield, right, potentially Thomas Partey in the DM role, then you've got, say, our, and then maybe Xhaka in that midfield 3, right? El Neni will be like a utility, he'll rotate. You got Maitland-Niles in there as well, you could play in there. But then Ceballos is there as well. And if you've got him on loan, you're going to play him.
Why Xhaka and not Ceballos?
Because I think
Xhaka can spray the ball, bro.
I mean,
Lola O says this is not extremely. She's not against Xhaka as a person. As a player, he's extremely one-footed. He can't run. He doesn't want the ball. Takes too long to move the ball, and it's easy to read.
I agree. That's preempted my point, because I was going to say, I feel like Xhaka, when he's got no pressure in the ball, you can ping it 60 yards and it looks great. But when you need that incisive movement, when you need someone who can receive the ball under pressure, bring it out and distribute, and ultimately, his lack of legs as well is really, really apparent. I don't think Xhaka offers anything great for Arsenal long term, personally.
But do you know who does that, Adrian? Do you know who actually does that? What you just said, Ozil, bro. And he's the person you've just described.
Thing is, David, I tried to dodge that. I tried to not say it. Because it's burning a hole in me, bro. You know what?
That's the guy, but we don't want him, bro. So listen, I'm telling you, we're gonna get. Luckily, we beat West Ham. We're gonna have more games like that. Because none of the rest of them can't do that. Get the ball, turn quick, boom. The rest of them we need to do 3 passes to get open.
No, David, you're right.
No, just Lola has said, based on what you were saying, Peter, Ceballos and Aouar are not the same player. A midfield 3 of Partey, Ceballos, and Aouar works better. I'll tell you now, that midfield 3 does not work against the top 6.
For me, it's like, I get it. Like, Ceballos it works hard, innit? He's always wanting the ball. He always has the ball. He dribbles with it. I was going to be a creative player. Partey more defensive minded. I hear that, but I feel like there's something missing. Like, there's a Xhaka body missing in that 3. Even like, for me, I feel like Xhaka needs to be there. Not that you have Ceballos over Aouar. I'm not even necessarily saying that, but my point is, if Aouar is bought and Partey is bought, and then you've got Ceballos on loan, those 3 have to play, don't they? But then you can't drop Xhaka. Like, Xhaka's been one of those players that's been actually consistent lately in the last 6 months. He's been really good.
Why do you have bondage to Xhaka? Why are you bonded there?
It's not bondage. Like, you take him out. Look at it. You take him out when he didn't play against Brighton. He didn't play against Aston Villa. And there was another game he didn't play against. And we lost all of them.
Well, come off against
all of those games. Was that? Yeah, he come off against City, lost that one as well. Yeah. So, like, there are games where he's not playing and you're like, bloody hell, what's missing? What's going on? When he's playing, you think nothing of him. You don't think he's done anything great. I can't tell you, oh yeah, he's a great distributor of the ball. I'm not going to tell you none of those things because it's a lie. But when he Presence FC, but when he's not there, there's a lack of. You know what I'm saying? So it's a bit, and to throw like, look, Partey, Ceballos, it looks amazing on paper, and it's one of those. I wish they had 10 games together under their belt before we go to Anfield, for example, or we go to whatever game it is. But it's just a bit like, I don't know, man. Xhaka is important, is what I'll say.
Here's my problem, yeah. It's sort of, can I say? Let me see. How can I put it? We always have this issue, the arc of frustration, bro. We have.
Oh my lord! Yeah. Yes, David.
Liverpool, there's someone in between the lines. If it's not Firmino, it's Mane or Salah. We don't have like Aubameyang. If he's not near the goal, he's useless. Lacazette, thing. We need someone in between. Man City is, if it's not De Bruyne, then it's Bernardo Silva. If it's not him, then Sterling. Or if it's not him, Foden. We don't have that. And you can't ask Saka and Finn to do that and then defend as well. It's too much.
Facts.
We need that midfielder who's going to go. You don't need 1, 2, 3 passes to get him open. You give him to him in the tight space, he looks quick, ting, turn, boom, we're gone, brother. Off.
You're right.
That's a sick point.
You're right. And check our fixtures, bruv. Our next 5 fixtures are horrific, right? When you think Anfield away, Sheffield United at home won't be easy. City away, Leicester at home, Man United away. It's like, oh, for goodness sake. You know, we have a breather with Villa, but then it's Leeds and Wolves and Spurs back to back.
I need that because
and there's European football. Do you know what I'm saying? There's European football, whatever else. So
that's not fair at all, man.
Oh, honestly, someone at Man United.
All right,
pull up Boss Likes comment, please.
I was just going to it. He put Eddie, call me. Jeez. I'm happy for Arsenal, big man thing. They showed they can win in style and with grit. For once, I'm weary of Arsenal at Anfield.
Are you joking?
I'm Boss Like, and I keep telling you, bro. You don't listen to man, bro. This is Liverpool early in the season. This is not holiday April, bro. Liverpool are gonna come with the leg, bro. And if we're not careful, we're gonna get slapped.
Liverpool be efficient. It's going to be efficient FC. That's what Liverpool are at the start of the season up until like February. It's efficient FC, bruv. There will be no slack. There'll be no lackluster behavior. What? Scared of? Worried about facing Arsenal at Anfield? Boss, like, come on. He's trolling. Do you know what? He's trolling. I don't believe him. I
don't think so because I was going to say a similar thing. I think because I was actually quite surprised because I even said it in the group on Saturday. I looked at that and I said, Arsenal were absolutely crap, yet managed to get the win over the line. How many times in the last couple of years have we had to say that? For me, generally speaking, Arsenal have to play well to get a result. So I feel like what that tells me, there's a different culture being cultivated wherein there's a grit, there's a fight, there's a resolve, and you actually can get wins over the line, whereas previously you couldn't. And going back to the point about playing Arsenal at Anfield, I said the same thing last week. I feel Mikel Arteta he's not a joke, man, and he's tactically, because look at the past 2 games that we've played each other. He's tactically been able to nullify us in an attacking sense and be able to press us and be able to bank on punishing mistakes essentially. So I actually think that Mikel Arteta is going to come to Anfield and he's going to have a game plan unlike previous managers, and he's going to try and take the game to us, which I don't think Emery did, and I don't think, unfortunately, Wenger didn't do in his latter years at Arsenal ever. So I think it's going to be a different game. I don't think we're going to pound you. Like I'm not as excited as what I'm normally. I'll be honest.
Go on, David.
Man are trying to gas us, bro. Stop it, bro.
Well, I'm not a believer, and the thing is, Arteta's not gone to Anfield. Let's be very clear. He's not gone to Anfield before. When Arteta went to Man City, okay, fair dues. We had David Luiz. We had a mistake. We had an injury. But no conviction from me there. Do you know what I'm saying? Any away, like you look at the big away games. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? There's nothing really to counter for. Yes, okay,
Wait.
the cup finals and semi-finals, whatever, they're neutral grounds, and Wembley's our home. Let's be honest. Let's just be honest. Let's call it what it is.
Are you telling me you don't believe in Arteta?
Steady. What I'm saying is, what I don't believe is Arsenal going to Anfield and getting a result. That's what I don't believe.
No, but I think we'll beat you like 2-1. But it's not going to be the 4-0, the 5-1, or whatever other panel was giving you. And you mentioned the Man City game. For me, that game was a write-off. For me, that game wasn't necessarily about Arsenal playing. It was more so about Arteta setting a mandate. And he said, you know what? You started Nketiah and
there was bare youths. Yeah.
I mean, that game, it wasn't a football game. He was just saying, you know what? You have a jump in line, hop in line with me, do what I'm going to do, be on this thing, or you can piss off. You can be a Guendouzi, you can be an Ozil. And we've seen now it's actually bear fruit to the point where a couple games later they were able to, guess what? Beat Liverpool, beat City, beat Chelsea in the FA Cup final as well. So I don't know, man. And then beat Liverpool again in the Community Shield.
I've got another reason, bruv. Leno is not giving me confidence, bruv. He's shaking.
Peter, what I told you about this youth, bro?
Listen, bro. Listen.
He's shaky, bruv. And
David.
And he makes that back five nervous, bruv. And that's not
David. I have to disagree on you on this basis only. Yeah, he had in front of him Kolasinac, Gabriel, and Holding. Fam, none of them man there look confident, and that weren't Leno's fault.
But that's what I'm saying. The keeper should be back four with like, yo.
Yeah, but it was a makeshift.
I know it's mate. I hear you, guys. Man hit the bar, you know.
Pete, what he's saying is that basically you should have kept Martinez. That's what he's saying.
Yeah, basically. In other words, isn't it?
There's no need. 20 million pounds? There's no need. There's no need.
He said the penalty.
On the real talk, yeah, fam. I need that back. Our back five, bro. Hey,
look, David, think about this as well, though. Yeah, right. We've still got David Luiz in the team. Tierney, okay. God knows how long that Tierney injury is. I hope it's not long at all. We've still got Ainsley Maitland-Niles that we can rely on. You got to look at. I mean, Mustafi. I don't even want to say the names because they don't fill me up with joy.
Look at the you're saying, bro. Come on, blood.
Come on.
And you know what? Can I say something, by the way? Yeah. Can I say something? Saliba, yeah. Just come back next season. Just wait till next year. That's all I'm gonna say. That's all I'm gonna say about Saliba. Because bloody hell, mate, what I've seen from Saliba in like the 3 or 4 games he's played for Arsenal, including the friendlies, right?
I saw he played under 18s the other day.
Holy smoke, bro! Let me tell you now, yeah, man, them hold fire on Saliba, yeah. That's all I'm saying, blood. That's all I'm saying. There's a reason he didn't play the last 2 games.
There's a ton of comments I've missed out, so let me get to them. Boss Like Endo said, remember last season, Arsenal won their first 2 games, then went to Anfield, got humbled, and their season fell apart.
I'm trying to tell you, fam.
Of course you will remember. Lola O also said, West Ham is a hassle team. Antonio is dead, but he is a problem no matter who he's against.
Hence why I took out Son and put William in my team, thinking we're gonna slap them up, but we didn't.
Yeah, I expected a penalty, to be honest.
You took out Son and put in William.
That is a howler. You took out Son and put in William.
Please,
that is terrible.
David, you are not that guy this week. That is incredible. That was incredible.
Don't try the thing last week saying, we're going to expect a Pammy. So I was like,
yeah. No, you're right.
Peter, you hacked it. Because of you, I captained Aubameyang, and then he only got an assist. He didn't really do much.
No, for real. But you know what? Yeah, on Lola's comment, hold on. On Lola's comment, go on.
No, it's just going to talk about fantasy football. The fantasy football link for our league is in the description of this video, guys. So you can join our league if you want. If you feel like you want to challenge us and come second, you can do that because I'm top and I'm staying there all season.
This guy.
It's up to you. But yeah, sorry, Pete, go on.
But on Mikel Antonio, for example, yeah, like in the group chat, lads, I said the difference between Arsenal and West Ham game was that it was quality. Arsenal put the ball in the net. West Ham should have won the game. comfortably as well. And we would be on the pod here today, David, ranting about, you know, us not winning. Why did things change? Blah, blah, yeah? And that's why when we're going to Anfield next week, we are nervous because we saw 90 minutes of, I mean, Adrian, West Ham. Not like, Sheffield United, Wolves, Everton. Somebody gave us a little good swing in the park. West Ham United, people. You know what I'm saying? An absolute shower of dross. Ain't bought a player, right? Ain't bought a player. Everyone's moaning about David Moyes. Everyone's talking about this and that. Bruv, if they survive, if they stay up this season, you say, okay, they've had a good season. So there's reasons to be worried. That's what I'm saying, isn't it, David?
That's it, bro.
I said there's reasons to be worried. All right. Some more comment. Bloody hell, there's been a lot of comments. Lola O said that let Saka get his growth spurt and it'll be mad. Sorry, he's not growing anymore. That's it. He's
you
a man.
don't think so?
No.
He's only 19, isn't it?
I lie, bro.
What do you think he's gonna be? You think he'll be 6'3"? Is that what you don't think?
There's a little spurt, bro.
No, didn't McTominay go from like 5'8" to like 6'3" in like 2 summers?
I lie.
Where did that happen? Where did that happen? He'll get wider. He'll get stronger and wider.
Let him get his protein, bro. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
What's that protein in, bro?
He needs to be on that Danny Welbeck bulk.
Yeah, he needs that Welbeck bulk.
Welbeck bulked up when he was like skinny at Man United, and then he just got bigger.
Yeah, tight tops at Arsenal, boy. Flipping hell.
SW6 says, I think Arsenal are on the way up. You people are underestimating. Got a good coach and Aubameyang staying lethal.
Yo, no one's saying that we're not doing well or we're not going up. What we were talking about Anfield. That's another kettle of fish.
Underestimate.
But look at those games we've got, bruv. When the games are just reeled off, fam. Like, I'm nervous, bruv. Like, it's squeaky bum time, as they say, bruv. I'm gonna be holding my belt until December and see where we are, because it's gonna be like, oh my god, this is gonna look hellish. But who knows?
Okay, all right. There's a couple comments I have to get to right away before I go back.
Go for it.
Dennis Breitenbach says, haha, you sick guys. Don't have a lot of time. I don't have a lot of time, but I just wanted to say thanks for last week's betting tips. Took your advice. Everton over, Leeds win, Palace, Spurs, Aston Villa, Liverpool. 30 made him 1,100 euros. What?
Oh my god!
Podcast is the thing, cuz
Bro, that is a madness, fam. That is a madness.
That should have been a super chat. You should have given us at least a 5.
Oh my days!
Wow,
fam. So I guess he done an ACCA and then just bust case, bro.
On them. And do you know what? Those are easy predictions.
Nah, bruv, Palace, fam.
Palace.
Oh no, Palace
is
the one. Palace is the one.
Do you know what it is? He probably chanced Palace because remember the odds on Palace? I said, fam, sticking a cheeky like £1 on that is not a bad idea because they were like their odds were ridiculous. It was like 10 to 1, something stupid like that. It was ridiculous. The Palace result. Flipping hell.
I'm gonna clip this up and clip up last week's clips and send it to all the betting companies and get them to sponsor.
Yeah, bro, get the sponsors on, bro. For real. Bro, hey, do you know what's funny? The Everton over is an absolute box office steal because that game was hilarious. But 5-2. What do you think about it? Like we were well over. Do you know the ones? Fantastic.
Yeah, done.
Oh my days.
Okay. Boss like Endo said he was.
Oh, fantastic! That was fantastic, by the way.
He is loving it.
What? He's not trolling.
Yeah, he's not trolling when he was saying that.
When he's back here next week, boy, you know what I'm saying 3-1, giving it all. You know what I mean? Doing the samba. when man's doing the samba, bro, I'll be like, okay, I'll be like, all right then.
I still think Liverpool gonna win. I just want to ask for a lay down.
Madness in East Anglia. Also, you going through comments?
Yeah, I am.
Oh, okay.
Bossando also said, "Don't let Chelsea win fool you. We ain't all that. Our defense is fragile." Yeah, it's true, man. I was annoyed that we didn't go at them because he's right. Like Leeds showed us that we didn't go at them at all. So if Arsenal give it a go, who knows what they could get out of the game? Lola O says, Xhaka has been the best of an average bunch, does not mean he's levels. Too many Arsenal fans are used to trash. They've convinced themselves he's levels. Thank you, Lola.
No,
Thank
do you know,
I've been trying
do you
to
know
take the
what?
time. Arsenal fans, I love a trash player. You
No,
love
but
mediocrity so much.
That's hard. Shall I tell you why that's harsh? Yeah, I get what she's saying. I get that point, and I know people who think like that say have the same feelings as well, right? But you know how, like, for example, Wijnaldum or Henderson, they're not world-class players. They're not like amazing players, right? But the term Paul Merson uses, horses for causes. Like, in the system, it works and it makes sense. Does that make any sense? Like, it doesn't mean that you're specifically great or good. It just means that in this situation, you fit the bill. Do you know what I'm saying? When I'm having spaghetti bolognese, it needs to be tomato. I can't have just like barbecue sauce. It's not going to run. Even though barbecue sauce tastes much better than tomato. Do you get what I'm saying? So it's like...
Xhaka plays every game.
But I'm saying for Arsenal, it fits. Like, in terms of with what Arteta's doing...
Does it?
Like,
tell me, what does he do? Like, what is it that he does that fits, in your opinion?
That's the problem. No, that's what I was saying earlier. Like, where if no news is good news with him, I couldn't tell you that he's done a blinding, good assist or created a chance here, dispatched the ball here, interceptions left, right, and centre. I couldn't tell you none of that. But what he looks like he does, he looks like he just steadies the ship a little bit in midfield, where it's not that panic anymore. For example, Xhaka doesn't make you panic like he used to. That's fair.
But do you think that's indicative of the point you're settling? Because, like you mentioned, when I was and Henderson, horses for courses, right? When I was and Henderson is edge Baston. It's, you know what they're gonna do? They're gonna press. They're gonna cover their fullback. They're gonna work hard for the team. Like, and guess what? If one of them goes down, Milner will come in. Milner will do the same thing. Genuinely, like, how is Xhaka typical of Arsenal's approach?
I think, do you know what? In fairness, though, when Klopp came, you didn't know all these things until time has gone on in it, and you saw. Now you look at them and you think, oh, this makes sense. Like, this actually fits. But I remember when players like Milner were coming in, when Alden was coming in for like 25 million, and I was thinking, what are they thinking about? And like with Arteta, remember we've had so many different changes in terms of coach and whatever else that. What might have worked for Unai Emery or for Wenger even for that matter, then Emery and now Arteta. It's a bit more of it's a bit like, okay, let's let him unfold this pack for himself. There's a reason he kept him here. And there's a reason why he told him not to go to Hertha Berlin where terms were a big deal was done and yet he stayed. So I want to see and give it time. That's the only way I can really judge it, to be fair, Adrian.
Yeah. That's a decent point. I suppose. That's a fair point.
As I've been saying this even during the Wenger days, we always fail to finish the puzzle, bro. We've got the defense, midfield, but there's no striker. Next, we have a striker, no defender. Now we're on the midfield and defense again, bro.
Your puzzle is like Jenga. Every time you put a block on, someone takes another one out.
Yeah,
like,
it's so true.
You haven't seen Arsenal in their full, like, okay, this is how we want to play. Like, I remember I missed Santi Cazorla. The guy knew how to play ball, bruv, and he just fit, bruv.
Honestly, I cry. I cry thinking about Santi Cazorla.
And then you can pinpoint who's crap, bruv. Because this guy, Santi Cazorla, did his job. All right, midfield, or Wenger did a madness putting Wilshere on the wing. We had no wingers one season. We have not developed a proper way of playing.
Yeah.
We're not playing 3-5-2. We got pieces missing, bro. There's no one to need the number 10.
I feel like the one season where we thought maybe we've had it all complete was actually when Unai managed to spend all the money he had. Do you get what I'm saying? Because he bought every position, but it turns out Torreira doesn't really defend. He's not a defensive midfielder either. It's like, for flip's sake, I thought you were the guy. What's happening? And he was playing him up as a number 10, and it's just one of those, man. I don't know.
Right, so, there's a couple comments. There's a couple comments on Saliba, which I want to get to because Peter mentioned Saliba. Lola O says, Saliba is fine. He just needs match fitness. You lot coming for a 19-year-old. Don't ignore a man's age. He's way more secure than most of our defense.
Not in Lola, that was Pete, bro.
And then
I'll wait a minute.
Wait, hold on. He said Saliba hasn't played enough top flight games last season or the one before. Having said that, there is more than 6 centre backs at the club. Arteta should start thinking about moving Luiz into midfield.
Yeah, I think that the aim is to try and get rid because I think we've got a squad of 35 and you can only put in 25. So there's a lot of players that need to be going. Remember Callum Chambers and them man there? Like there's still players there, you know, Socrates and all them man there. But look, Saliba, what I'm saying about Saliba, I'm not saying, we need to get rid. I just said, look, let's just give him a year. Let him learn the heck out of this thing because the preseason games that he's played have been shaky warrior. You know what I'm saying? And it just doesn't fill me with confidence. And to put him in this pile, and you know the ones you signed, like when we signed David Luiz, it's so funny because we brought him in who we knew was a liability at Chelsea, and then we threw him in this mess that we had last year, and it was a cocktail for disaster. So it's them was where like, okay, I'm just saying, let's not ruin another centre half. Remember Mustafi when he joined Arsenal? It was like another Xhaka. The hype was there for him, and then when we signed him, even Gary Neville said, why did Arsenal sign Mustafi? And he managed him. So it's one of those, you know, it goes to show, like, before we end their careers, let's usher them in nice and well.
Do you know what? Yeah, I gotta give you a lot of credit because you lot know how to turn this into an Arsenal podcast. I swear. How have we got 3 comments about Saliba? No one who doesn't support Arsenal gives a monkeys about Saliba, but everyone.
Saliba, whoa.
Bloody hell. All right, I'm going to get to the last few comments on Arsenal and then we can move on. Lola O said, you lot are saying West Ham as if West Ham didn't smack up Chelsea with the same team. Let's just keep that down. Right? Let's just leave that because when we play you, it's going to be a different story. But
Lola knows that West Ham will do well to finish 16th. She knows. She's bantering, bruv. There's no way. We're saying West Ham because they are trailer park trash. Chelsea's defense was awful. Their defense has always been awful. What was it? 3-2 in that game, wasn't it? The game that she's referring to. So, like, we know Chelsea can leak goals. Chelsea and Leeds, like, that's your team where they'll score, but they'll concede.
Lola also said it's only fit because there is no level of quality in the midfield except Ceballos. Add quality and he's no longer first choice. That's an interesting one.
That's a good point. That's a fair point. I can't argue that. On Xhaka, isn't it? I can't argue that.
And then lastly, she also said LT, Lucas Torreira, I guess, is a DM. Yeah. Emery is just a prick who paid him. He played him as a 10. Also, LT is not dynamic. He's more no nonsense and doesn't fit. Plus, he never settled in England.
Yeah, boy. Him and Simeone, bro. That's a match made in heaven. Just let him sit in that hole. Just sit in that DM.
Proper S-Houser unit.
Oh mate.
Didn't he score a goal against Tottenham and then start crying? I thought he fit in that day.
I thought it was a good. That was a good until he died. Do you know what I'm saying? That's what that was.
Listen. Our problem is our coaches have never picked a system to get players to fit in it, bruv. It's always chop and change. Medical team is crap. Our players keep getting injured. It just messes up the thing, bruv.
Do you remember us going to Anfield, David? Yeah, with Bellerin at left back and Chamberlain at right back.
It's all long, blood.
That was a mazine, bruv. I remember those days when we were like 2018, like 17, 18, like what's his name? Wenger's last year, bruv. There was makeshift going on, bruv. Round pegs and square holes. Like it was an absolute disaster. Do you remember that, Adrian? We went to Anfield that day.
Absolutely.
Do you remember?
Yeah,
oh my god!
And Fox was in the Liverpool top the next day. He did a start Sanchez or something, wasn't it?
I remember, bro. I remember ranting on this podcast. The next week, that podcast was full of rants.
Oh, we were there, innit?
Yeah, we were there.
Yeah,
we went to Anfield.
I
was saying. I remember Salah on the break from the halfway line, just running, just leaving us. Daniel Sturridge scored. I'll never forget that day. That day was horrific.
It might be sleeping in hospital beds.
It was traumatizing.
Guys, is anyone watching this Wolves game? Because them man are missing chances, bro.
Oh yeah, chances galore.
Oh my gosh. Dennis Breitenbach says, "Is there any way to support you?" I think he's realized that he's got an embarrassment of riches, and he wants to give back.
What I would say is share, like, and subscribe. Tell your whole community, your whole gang, whoever you know. just get them on this. Get them on this, man.
Yeah,
With the more eyes, the
brilliant.
better.
That's all we could ask for, really. So
That's it, yeah, for 100%. Bro, enjoy your €1,100, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, you need to invest. You know what I'm saying? Like, do something with it.
Have a beer on the
Yeah, have a lager on me as well, for sure.
and a flip of Frankfurter.
You know the ones. Hey, it's Oktoberfest. You get me? Soon come, bro. You know them ones there, bro. So it's all hands on deck. Next game. Should we quickly talk? Yeah. Do you want to go through more comments or what? Are you good?
There's no more comments. I think I did all of them.
Quickly. Leeds Fulham. Flipping hell. 4-3, blood. That was a madness, bro. In East Anglia.
Yeah. Leeds.
Yeah.
Leeds to finish top 10.
Nah, bro. They need to
No.
Bro. No. You're conceding way too many goals, fam. Nah, bro.
Think about it though, yeah. In the top 10, you think about your top 10 right now in the league, yeah. I think Leeds can make a point. I think they could sneak in there, mix it up with Southampton, Burnley.
I mean, maybe a 49 points, something like that. But generally speaking, I think they concede too much, and I think ultimately they'll lose. Like, it almost reminds me a bit of Norwich at this point last season. We're like, exciting team. Unlucky to lose at Anfield. Can't really remember what Norwich did the next game.
They got more of a competent manager, though, wouldn't you say? Yeah. Like somebody who really knows what he's doing.
Wait, but Bielsa ultimately he's the master here, isn't he? He's the
Listen, as long as they're still scoring goals, bro, I think they'll be all right. Because Norwich, Pookie was bagging in them goals, then them goals dried up, bro.
I'm sure he got like 50% of their goals. You know what I'm saying? Like Norwich, he dried up.
As long as they're still able to score goals, you're right in it. They just need to,
They'll definitely be safe. 100%.
I think they'll definitely be safe. I do think though that they will finish. I think they got a shot at top 10. I think they got a shot. Because why Sheffield? Why could Sheffield United do it? Do you know what I'm saying?
Lucky Osaro says Leeds will struggle eventually. Too early to say how they will do. Peter, you said why could Sheffield United do it? Sheffield United were way more solid than Leeds. Like they were a solid unit. They were difficult to beat.
Defensively, they were more solid.
Yeah, exactly. Because they didn't score many goals. Like, do you know what's so funny? Leeds, I could see them getting results against Chelsea, Man City, Arsenal. They were close against Liverpool. Like when they play at home, I could see them beating Man United. You know what I'm saying? Like at this rate, you know, you can see anyone beating Man United. But what I'm saying is I feel like Leeds, there's a bit more to it than what meets the eye. I know it looks kind of hellacious. They score 4, they concede 4. You know what I'm saying? I know that that's happening, but at the same time, I feel like there is something to pay attention to. They ain't got no like world-class players in that team, but to score 4 goals, 3 goals at a time, like fam, who I'm worried about is obviously like a Fulham and Scott Parker. You look more dumb now when you didn't start Mitrovic the first game because my guy was sick in that Leeds game. And Leeds, one thing I'll say though with the Leeds game is that I feel like they allowed Fulham to get back in the game, which they should never have, right? And that could have been a draw quite easily. But I feel like the Leeds United are not necessarily won't necessarily like fade away and finish like 15. I do think they're gonna really be competitive all season, and they're bloody fit. By the way, I don't know if you've seen them in the last 2 games, but especially the Liverpool game, they were not knackered, and then the Fulham game, I mean, they let Fulham get into it, but they look like a fit bunch.
When Patrick Bamford made that assist, he was shattered. You see him lying on the floor after he made that pass.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, fair enough. Yeah.
Lola O completely disagrees with you. Sorry, Adrian. I'll come back to you in a sec. Yeah. Lola O said Leeds will burn out by January. As long as they can get enough by then, they'll be fine. She also said they have a history of burnout, and last season lockdown helped them rest.
That's true. No, that's true. But I think at the same time they're not fighting for the title on that occasion. Like in the championship, first of all, more games. Secondly, fighting for the league title to try and get promoted. In the Premier League, yes, it will be harder games, but their aim is not to finish in the top 4. They'll be aiming to stay up. But I think, honestly, against the big teams, it will be like, like Wolves, funny enough. Do you remember Wolves when they first came? Great against the big teams, but they lost home and away to Huddersfield. They were just slacking against teams around them and teams that were way worse than them. And that's why they ended up finishing 8th, but like 50 points away from the top 4. Like it was one of those where I feel like Leeds could do that kind of run.
I think Leeds will pepper small ones, bruv. The way they're playing, nah, bruv. We also will have them slapping these man up, bruv. Left, right, centre, bruv.
Yeah. Lucky Osaro said Fulham are dancing back to the Championship.
Moonwalking.
I lie, Lucky, bro. I lie. You're not wrong. And somebody needs to buy Mitrovic. I don't get what he's doing in that Championship. He's been there far too many seasons. Oscar, you can do that all you like. Mitrovic is a goal machine. He's a goal machine.
He's a liability.
Listen, if I'm West Ham, I would have said.
Good question. Guess how old Mitrovic turned the other day.
Let's see. I want to say 26.
I'm a 26. I want to say 30.
Is he 26?
26, bro.
Bro, my first nightmare of him.
He's 26.
He was playing. Yeah.
That's a man.
What do you think?
I didn't know that. I thought it was like 30.
No, bro. My first nightmare of him, was when he was playing for Anderlecht. Do you remember when Arsenal were 3-0 up in the Champions League? Coasting. But he scored I think the hat-trick then. I couldn't believe what was going on. He was playing for them then. He was a Ute blood, but he was still built like a house. Massive bloke, giving Koscielny a bag.
Lola O said that you see Hector, crap stain of a defender.
No, not one word was a lie in that comment. He is he's up there. Let me tell you, he's one of the worst defenders I've ever seen.
Well, is he a piece of work?
Let me tell you, bro. I mean, his performance against Arsenal was hilarious. Absolutely hilarious. And I was like, is this the one that Chelsea had against Reading? This is what they were giving Mourinho, bro. When Mourinho was asking the players, Djulabodji, Hector, Kennedy, he was giving them these kind of guys. And then they want him to retain league titles. Friggin' joking, man. Friggin' joking.
Lucky agrees with you, Peter. He says, what a waste of talent at Fulham, Mitrovic.
Yeah, man.
Lola O says Mitrovic is a prick again. But he'll score.
He's a son of a gun.
Imagine Antonio and Mitro. Who wants to see that? Annoying.
Nah, because man said West Ham. Man said West Ham, innit? But the thing is,
that will bully you, You'll have your work cutting for you for 90 minutes.
Bruv, that is what you call a shift. As a centre-half, you are earning your wages.
That is a typical West Ham signing. Like, West Ham would sign him, and it would be terrible.
It would be terrible.
Let's not forget the type of people that West Ham sign. They do those stupid Mitrovic signings all the time. Like, they've got flipping Yarmolenko on their books now. They've got, they love a player like that, and it always works out wrong.
Bruv, Yarmolenko is a talent. He's just injured forever.
I like Yarmolenko. When was the last time West Ham made a good signing?
I mean, I swear Yarmolenko gave you the business at the London Stadium last season as well.
What's he done since?
It's a new season. We've just begun. Don't worry about it. Mitrovic, bro. I can't lie. If Mitrovic played for West Ham, though, that would be a bag. That is a handle.
I'm not there. You guys all seem to love Mitrovic. I'm just not on the train, man. I'm not on the train. I know he's a nasty. Do
you know what? He would actually even be good at Chelsea. I'd say he would even be good at Chelsea, especially when you've had Diego Costa in the past. Like, Diego Costa was not some sick guy. He put the ball in the back of the net and he was dogged. Do you know what I'm saying? My Lord, Gabriel Jesus, but it's offside. When you see this finish, flipping hell, it was a beauty. Think of beauty. Offside. Anyway, Mitrovic would work at Chelsea.
No. I was so glad that whatever Gabriel Jesus just did interrupted you from saying the garbage that you're about to spew. We don't need flipping Mitrovic.
He's not. No, I didn't say you need him. I'm just saying if he was there, he'll put in a good shift. That's all I'm saying. All right, very quickly. I'll tell you what else is looking pretty good lately. Dominic Calvert-Lewin. How about a hat-trick for your troubles? Everton 5, West Bromwich Albion 2.
Everton might be a problem this season. Might be.
I can't lie. Still, they might be.
Potential.
Potential. Yeah. But the thing is, that defense, fam, does not fill me with any confidence. No protection whatsoever.
As I said, potential, bro.
Yeah, but that's been Everton's problem for years. The back four I mean, Luka Dean's good, but Michael Keane, Yerry Mina, holy smokes! Come do me a favor, Coleman, really?
Yeah, but you don't need a defense. You just need vibes. And Everton have got vibes going forward. So
Vibes.
You're a clown, bro. I swear down, bro.
I support Chelsea. What do you expect me to say? Like, no defense, just vibes. That's what I'm on this season.
And bro, did you see the sending off that Slaven Bilic got?
Yeah, that was shocking. That was shocking. He should have never been sent off.
It was ridiculous. Obviously, Kieran Gibbs gave man the power. You get me? Because man can't. Who did he slap up? Was it
James Rodriguez? Oh my! Yeah, sorry, Hammers. I don't know why I keep calling him James.
I would have jumped onto the field, man. What?
You know what I'm saying, man? I gave him the power blood. You know what I'm saying? Got the red card.
Did you see the video of what happened when after he got sent off?
No, what happened?
So obviously he pushes James, yeah. All the Everton players run around. Referee pulls out the red card now, and as Gibbs is walking off, yeah, he goes, "And I'll do it again." I'll do it again. And then Seamus Coleman comes up to me and goes, "You'll do it again?" And he goes, "Yeah, I'll do it again." And then Seamus Coleman's like, "Oh, you're a hard man, are you? You're a real hard man." It's so funny. Oh my God. It's the funniest. No, I'm gonna find the tweet and then retweet it on the top 4 podcast account. It is so funny.
Bro, that's bad. That's what I like, man. I like that in the ends, bro. You don't know.
Like, you're a hard man, are you? You're a real hard man. Man said, "And I'll do it again."
Do it again. Do it again.
That's like a Phantom villain. I sound like a lazy sir. What's going on?
That's an EastEnders retort.
Oh,
said, "I'll do it again."
What about Slaven Bilic's reaction to the 5th goal that West Brom conceded? Oscar, do you remember when he showed it to me? He just looked over like his hands up.
In the stands, he was just like,
"Do you know what? Yeah, I want West Brom to stay up, man. I hope they survive, man. I like Slaven Bilic, and the team's okay. I don't want to see them go down. I want to see them stay up.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Speaking of Everton, Lucky Osara said Everton are the team to watch. They may break into the top 6. Not a bad shout.
Steady. Not top 6. Not in the first year. I'll give it top 8. Top 8.
We'll see. Lola O said, "I've said it. Dominic Calvert-Lewin has the build of a perfect centre forward, big, quick, and knows where the goal is. Finally, nothing special."
I mean, listen. He what did he get? 14 in the league last season. He's back at it again. Look, man, I'm here for him, bro.
I think
yeah, he is work in progress.
He definitely is a work in progress because that was the worst hat trick I've ever seen.
Oh, so this guy. Oh my God.
There has not been a professional hat trick in the Premier League that was worse than that one.
I'll raise you Dirk out versus Man United.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much.
Look how spared that.
Oh, that's a combined 4 yards. All of his goals and
I lie.
How many yards were Calvert-Lewin's? Tell me how many yards were Calvert-Lewin's, Adrian.
With the back heel? What with the back heel? Come on,
bro. He was on the line and he back-heeled it in.
Blood. Yeah? Oh, superb.
If you watch that hat trick again, Luis Suarez should have had a hat trick. Literally, Suarez would do a piece of magic, Van der Sar will save it, and then Cal was like on the line to tap it in.
Bro,
Dirk Coutts nous to run in at the right time with the rebound was excellent stuff. Dominic Calvert-Lewin, he back-heeled it, yeah. He was more on the line than David De Gea was when he saved that penalty. If he was doing that for a penalty, he comes off the line and back-heels it in, yeah. Then his second goal, Richarlison, perfect assist, and it's just literally millimeters off the goal line, and he taps it in.
Yeah.
The third goal, he's not even looking at the ball when he heads it in.
Oh, what are you talking about, bro?
It's his back. He hit the number 9 on his back.
Bro, the ball was going above his head, yeah, and he jumped higher than the ball and had to adapt mid-air. You get me?
Yeah.
Ping, blood. Nah, big up Dominic, bro.
You're
a hater. You're a hater.
This is no. If you want to talk about a header with the back of your head, let me show you Chicharito from 2010 or whenever it was when he did that stupid header. That
What in the friggin' what against Chelsea?
Yeah. I do like Calvert-Lewin. I'm not trying to hate on him because he scored a banger of a goal last week. His header last week was incredible, but all the goals he scored this week, allow that.
You know what? It counts the same, and I think that's the key thing because Calvert-Lewin is a player that, let's be honest, this time last year, none of us really rated him, thought much of him. Danny Welbeck 2.0, and what he's added to his game is goals, and goals as a striker is your currency. So what? Do you even reckon he can do 15 this year?
Yeah, comfortably. He did 14 last year.
He's already got 4 as well. So yeah,
and the flair that he's got behind him is what's going to help him. The fact that he has got Hammers, he's got Richarlison, he's got also Andre Gomez for good measure. Like it's there to happen.
That's balance, man.
Lola O said it was a dead hat trick, but he earned it with the movement. You can't complain. Fair enough.
A dead hat trick. Oh man. Okay. You can't put dirt on a name, bro. Can't put dirt on a name.
Everton were getting worked in transition by West Brom, though. That is true. In the first half, it was not an easy fight for them.
Yeah.
She says, I want to see them against a team that goes at them because Spurs don't go after teams, so it's hard to tell. Yeah, very true. We could get a high-scoring game. Can you imagine Everton versus Leeds? What that would look like?
Ooh,
yeah, it's a good point. And there's a goal at Molineux, thanks to Raul Jimenez, who has he's just pulled one out. Guess what? Fabio Silva came on. I didn't want to preempt it too tough, but he's just come on. First thing, whipped that ball in. It wasn't him that whipping it in, but he jumps in, runs into the box, decoy. You know what I'm saying? Little decoy, and then Raul Jimenez, bro, ping.
So
lovely jubbly.
You're telling me he didn't touch the ball.
I tell you who did the assist though. Pedence. Big up Pedence.
Yeah, he's had a poor game. Come on. Lola said, oh no, she already said that one. Hella vibes in midfield though. That's what Everton are.
Oh,
hella vibes in midfield.
That is. Do you know what? That's a football manager's dream.
What, hella vibes in midfield?
Like, as in, no, you know when you're playing Football Manager, if you could get all those players in that midfield, you're laughing. Those are the kind of players you would sign in your midfield. If you were Everton anyway.
It has to be a cheeky Everton thing, you know?
Yeah.
Wait, Peter? I've just seen this Raul Jimenez goal. What did Fabio Silva do?
I said he came off the bench. He just come on, ran into the box, little decoy. Meanwhile, Pedence.
It's not a decoy. He did nothing. He's not even around the movement. He didn't touch the ball.
It was nowhere near the goal.
Nothing.
It was nowhere near it.
Oh my God.
All right. We'll move on very quickly. Bloody hell, guys, we need to talk about... Yeah, go on.
I was going to say, interesting stat. James Rodriguez didn't complete a single sprint.
Yeah.
The whole game.
Wait, stop.
That's what I like. That's what I like.
What does... He didn't what?
Complete a sprint. He's a baller. Ballers that need to run.
He didn't complete a sprint. I mean, what's an incomplete... Okay, so he didn't run.
He didn't run nowhere.
So, like, when they say he didn't complete a sprint, that's so funny because I'm thinking, what's an incomplete sprint? Never mind. But anyway, he never ran.
He didn't run nowhere.
Alter James Rodriguez doesn't need to. All right, listen, we've totally missed this one out. Southampton 2, Tottenham 5. Holy smokes!
There's
not see the high line.
There's not a lot we need to say here. Southampton's highlight is atrocious. Yeah, it's terrible.
And Danny Ings still got 2. Mind you, a game that had 7 goals in it. Do you know how many goals were disallowed? Like, there was bare goals in this game, bro. Yeah.
Kane had one.
No sprints, just vibes. Quality.
That's who James is.
I can watch Everton's midfield all day long for sure. But yeah, bro, the man of the match, Son, Heung-min Son, bro. What do you think, man?
Oh, according to Jose Mourinho, Heung-min Son is having his post-match interview, collecting his man of the match award, and Jose Mourinho decides he wants to interrupt him and say, "Not you, Harry Kane's man of the match." And do you know why I'm so mad at Jose Mourinho? Because he just has to hog the spotlight. Son scores 4 goals. Harry Kane gets 4 assists and a goal, and he has to hog the spotlight by coming in and making it about him. And do you know how I know he wanted to make it about him? Because when Son done his interview, he interrupted Son. Then, when Harry Kane done his interview, he also interrupted Harry Kane's interview. So we got it on BBC, and I think on another channel he got the same thing of him
BT.
interrupting the interview. No,
Yeah.
it wasn't. It was like I think it was like
Well,
NBC.
BT, he interrupted the BT Sport one at thing. He interrupted Son on BT Sport.
Oh, well, then one of them was on BBC. He interrupted because he was on Match of the Day.
Right, okay.
He knows what he's doing. He wanted everyone to talk about him. Like no, like he couldn't just leave it for Son because Son scored 4 goals and they were excellent finishes. Like what a baller Son is.
But Southampton were like, "Yo, can you?" Like we're feeding it to them, man. Though, like the assist for Son's 4th goal.
Bloody
I
hell.
sat there in disgust. Like Kane's got his back to goal, and he just said, "Let me just pivot around this," and then
SW6 said Son is an absolute killer, but Kane's passing in that game, I respect it. The ball.
All the assists were superb. They were fantastic. But, Southampton, it's so funny because Jamie Carragher on Monday Night Football was basically saying, everyone was talking about high line, yeah. And he was sort of saying it weren't a high line. It was, if anything, Southampton were too deep because every time Kane got the ball or someone else, another Spurs player got the ball, no Southampton defender was tight enough. So it was a case of, you can call it high line because it was all the way by the center circle. But at the same time, it was like, at least if you're going to play that high, you've got to be tighter. You've got to be close. They were on the wrong side of Kane and nowhere near him, which is a recipe for disaster. Kane and Son, come on.
Lola O said, didn't I say Southampton's high line will kill them? And they will do that all season. Against a team who is quick and smart, they will get slapped.
Mind you, before the game, though, I never thought Tottenham were that smart. Like, I wouldn't have expected it, if I'm honest.
She also said Spurs were dead in the first half, but were smart in the second. They exploited the stupidity of the situation.
And that's fair.
She knows what you're going to say before you say it, because every time you say something, Lola has already got the next comment just counteracting what your response is going to be. It's perfect.
Yeah, no, on a real, like the worst thing that could have happened in that game for Southampton was the equalizer before halftime. That was the one that was really, because it was all Southampton first half, man. On a real.
Yeah.
So
yeah,
man.
Kane's passes were quality though, beauty. Yeah, for real.
Without shadow of a doubt.
Right. Should we move on to
we'll move it along.
Or the rest of the fixtures?
Yeah, just lastly, Newcastle 0, Brighton 3. What the flip is going on there?
Hey, Oscar, talk to me, bruv.
What happened to Europa League Newcastle? Man forgot, yeah?
It was a tough day at the office. I don't know why. Like it was very, very, very reminiscent of what game was it last week? Sheffield United versus Wolves, where Sheffield United were 2-0 down in 10 minutes. It was literally like that. Tariq Lamptey comes through running at ASM. ASM couldn't hack it, and he hacks his leg and gives away a penalty. I feel like he got the ball. But a penalty is a penalty. And then 2 minutes later, Morpie scores, and they're 2-0 down. From 2-0 down, Newcastle were just out of the game. They were out of the game in literally 10 minutes. So, yeah, it was a great start from Brighton, and I think they just carried it through. Lola O says, bring Lamptey to Arsenal now. Why?
It's not a bad shout. Because he's not bad. He's not bad at all. Would it stunt his development? I don't know. But he's good, man. He's good. What do you mean? He'll get games, especially if Bellerin goes the other way. Do you know what I'm saying? Then, he can do that.
SW6 says, Tariq Lamptey is so certified, man. Remember what I said, Oscar. Amazing player. Did I say Lamptey wasn't good at one point? Or what? I don't know. He said, remember what I said, Oscar.
Well, you said well, you were giving it all Reece James, innit?
No, because Reece James won man of the match in that game. Lamptey's amazing. Like I've been screaming Lamptey. Like I wanted us to keep Lamptey at Chelsea. I don't know why we got rid of him, but obviously he wanted us to play football, and I respect that. But yeah, he's impressing a lot of people.
Looks like a steal, isn't it?
Lucky also says Lamptey is quality. He's going to be worth a lot in the future. If Chelsea let it go and we don't have a buyback clause on this guy, then we're idiots. We're really idiots.
Yeah, Brighton can at least get 10 times. Sometimes that in a couple of years or so.
Yeah. Comfortable. Yeah.
Oh, okay. So he's clarified his comment. SW6 says, "Remember, I said he embarrassed Reece James about man of the match nonsense, bro. How can one right back embarrass the other right back? That doesn't make sense. Like both of them had good games. One of them got man of the match. The other one didn't. Guess what? Lamptey got man of the match the next game against Newcastle. That was more embarrassing for me because I said
58 minutes.
Yeah, he played some short minutes as well.
Yeah, bro, I feel you. Like Lamptey was cold. Like I really do like Lamptey. He's a baller, man. He's a baller. He caused so many problems in the first 10 minutes, and that's why Brighton won the game. Like he's a sick baller, man. Lola O said he's quicker than the ball. Oh, quicker than Bell. Right. What, quicker than Bell?
No, Bellerin.
Oh, Bellerin.
You Arsenal and your terminology, your LTV. I don't care about Arsenal like that.
Arsenal colloquialism.
To her comment, because obviously to the comment before, obviously bring him to Arsenal, and I hear it, man. I'm with that. I hear that. He's a quality little kid.
Technically better recoveries, and has bags of potential. It's great decision making. Guys, I just want to let everybody know he's played 10 Premier League games. Right, 10. So,
how old is he?
I don't know. I
swear he's pickly them.
He's young. I think he's still a teenager.
He's like 1999 or 2000. Like one of them.
He's 19, 2000. He's 19. Guess where he was born?
Born in the year 2000.
Guess where he was born? Guess where he was born?
I think in what? I know the hospital. It was is it Uxbridge, Hillingdon?
He's born in Hillingdon.
Something like that.
He's from Hillingdon. Yeah, he's from Hillingdon. North Weasley.
Yeah, but I think. I mean, that's not North Weasley. That's steady.
Outskirts. If the South man are claiming Croydon in that, I got to claim Uxbridge in them ends.
Yeah, but Uxbridge is west, man. That's west.
Okay.
Anyway. Rickman's worth in that. There's on that metropolitan line, zone 8.
That's all it ends. Lola O says you can see why Brighton were not trying to let Ben White go.
Yeah.
He's so good. He is. Did you guys see that ball? Did you guys see that ball he played into Lamptey? Like,
yeah,
cut like 3 or 4 men out of the game, and then he's just 30 ball. 30 ball is the loss of him.
I would have had him in my fantasy, but I had to stick in Webster. Cheaper by a dozen. You know
Lola O says, I was going to say Ainsley Maitland-Niles because he's always on the Arsenal team. No, ASM, Alan St. Maximin had a disaster, gave away that pen and got batted up by Lamptey, switched sides, and then went off injured. Yeah, because you know what? I'm a little disappointed in Steve Bruce because obviously, you know, I've got my Newcastle hat on this season. Bruce. He should have ASM from the moment of that penalty, he should have known that Lamptey's on job today, so I need to cover my fullback, and he didn't do that. He wasn't covering his fullback. He simply decided to, you know, do whatever, and then he got taken off. So poor. Well, I was thrown off there because Adrian was reacting to something. What happened?
No, Willy Bolly, like free kick come in, header,
yeah,
header goes over the bar. Back to you in the studio, Oscar.
Yeah, do you know what? Listen, a fullback's job is to make a winger say, you know what, you need to go over to the other side, and he did that very, very well. And the fact that, you know, Sir Maximin switched the switched the sides and still, you know, went off injured, you know, made him go off injured. I mean, St. Maximin had a bad game for sure, but I like the fact that Lamptey made him nap off to the other corner because he was not getting any service down his end. And that's how you should win. That's how you win your position, if that makes sense. That's what your aim should be as a fullback. Make the winger piss off to the other side.
Bloody hell. SW6 ex-London said, I'm only playing with you, man, Oscar. He's a problem, but he had to leave to play. Yeah, it's a real shame, man. It's a real shame. Boss like Endo said, Brighton can kick ball, you know? What are we saying for Brighton this year? Man like Graham Potter.
I mean, apparently they looked at Potter for 4 years. I mean, I don't know how much I believe of that.
Why would they lie? Like, why would you lie about
what do you mean you looked at him for 4 years? What took you so long to get him?
I don't know. 4 years? Well, weren't they in the championship back then?
Bro, first of all, wherever they were, my man was at Ostersund's. Let's just be very clear. He wasn't even in the country.
I mean, they looked at him. SW6 X London says, "What do you man reckon? Son, Kane, Bale, best front three when fit?" No,
I think it's second.
Oh,
I think it's second
second to who?
to Liverpool's.
There's only one in there.
I mean, them ones that, but let's see, because Bale, Son, Kane. Thing is, yeah, what kind of Bale are you lot expecting? Do you think Bale will be like lit?
It'll be excellent.
Uh-huh.
It won't be 2013 Bell, but it will still be a 6. I mean, he'll buy
Like, will he be Real Madrid Bale?
Yeah, Real Madrid Bell is perfectly fair.
I think he'll be really good.
Yeah,
because I have a feeling he'll be good. So if he's going to be good, I think he's lit. I think that front three, you can argue, man. You can argue it's the best in the league. You can certainly argue it, yeah.
Because Kane gets goals, he's got playmaking abilities as well. Son's dangerous, and Bell's a game changer in his own right.
I'll wait to see Ziyech and Pulisic with Werner and see whether that gives us another thing to talk about. Whether they'll play in those positions is another matter. But yeah, obviously you can't ignore Liverpool's, of course.
Yeah, man will probably find his way somehow, isn't it?
I
Yeah.
don't know. I do think. By the way, the number 9 on Bale looks weird. I don't like that. But anyway, other than that, I do think Bale will look. I think Bale will do well, man. I think he'll be frightening. That top four now is. Top 4 is going to be such a much harder task this year. So if Man United and Chelsea want to naff about like they did last year, you're going to get punished for it this year.
Yes, Lucky just mentioned an important point that Bale is injured till October and he's always an injury risk, which is true.
The problem, yeah
that's
so true. And they're paying how much for him for the year?
I think it's 30 bags a week.
No, they're not paying 300 bags a week. He's on 300, but they're paying half.
No, he's on 600.
He's on 300. He's on 600. Yeah, I was going to say he's on 600. Yeah, he's on
they're
6.
paying 300 bags a week for Bale.
Apparently.
Oh my gosh, Bale in 2020. Oh.
Bro, why do people do this? Listen, Bale is top baller.
Yeah,
it's not, we're going on like Bale's haggard. Bro, the guy is still top baller.
I would have done it.
No, you don't care because your 300 grand threshold has already been broken by one Mesut Ozil. But 300 grand a week in 2021, you know what? He'll do bits. I think he'll do bits. So I don't come.
Do you know what? Yeah, my top 4 is going to change. I'm going to take Man United out and put Tottenham in. I think that will change.
What? Not Arsenal.
I never thought Arsenal would make top 4, and there's been a goal at Molineux, and this time it counts. Gabriel Jesus makes it Wolverhampton Wanderers 1, Manchester City 3.
Yeah. Now everyone can stop talking smack about him for at least 1 week.
Why? Well, he talks smack. He's just no Aguero. That's all it is.
Everyone says he's not Aguero every single day. Can you imagine being a striker? You're doing well. You're winning league titles, and people keep telling you you're not Aguero. How annoying must that be?
It is what it is. But do you remember when Gareth Bale when Gareth Bale's done that mad game against Inter Milan, right? And then Richard Keys and Andy Gray, every week it was like, is he better than Bale? Is he better than Bale? He's like, what are you talking about? Like, he's just like, stop comparing him to him all the time. It's just some new hot prospect. They were on his bum from early.
Is who better than Bale?
Like any player, like anyone that we're talking about that week, or anyone that done well. Okay. Is he better than Bale? Is he better than Bale?
That Inter Milan performance was deep, though.
They lost, but anyway, we'll move on.
Yeah, but even on the return leg, when they came back to home, he did batter them up again.
Yeah, he did.
He did. Lola O said Bale is a match winner. He won't be mad, but he'll be the edge Spurs need. I think she's right. I think she's right.
They got hella man, bro. What do you think about that? What do you think about Dele Alli being dropped from the squad? They got hella man, bro.
Do you know what? Yeah, Dele Alli needs to leave.
Because
what happened to the brand?
Do you know what? He's still a brand. He's still a brand, but you can't be the brand if you don't play. If you're too concerned with doing brand deals for Boohoo Man, then you're not going to be the brand for much longer. Like, you need to take inspiration from the real influencers in this game. Look at what your age mates are doing. Look at what Molly May is up to. Look at what Maya Jama is doing. The real influencers are keeping their job on point. Maya Jama is doing the Instagram thing, but she's also presenting Soccer Aid. You know what I mean? If you're going to do the Instagram thing,
where would you take him? Where would you take him?
No, it's true. It's true. Wes Nelson is out here releasing songs. Dele Alli needs to pattern his football before he patterns his influencer game, and then he will become the brand again. Right now, you're just taking pics on Insta, and we don't get. Did you see him in the All or Nothing documentary with the earring?
Bro, did you see him when he asked? Did you see when he asked the physio, "Do you put toothpaste before water on your brush, brother?" Like, what are we doing?
He said he made baked beans for the first time in the pandemic. He said he'd never cooked before.
And then he just put them in he said he put them in the microwave.
Dele, I'm out here backing you in public, bro.
I can't lie. He comes across like a child.
He is a child. He's a child.
And then even when he had that sort of coming together of that, because do you remember like when I used to see him on the bench and he used to like throw bottles around? I used to kind of rate it.
Yeah.
But when every guy was speaking, it dawns on me. Like, why? Why all the time? Play better, bro. Every time he's there, I'm in an RM, banging tables.
Do you know what was so funny about that? For those of you that haven't seen All or Nothing, there's a scene where Tottenham lose and Dele Alli is just huffing and puffing in the dressing room. And then Eric Dyer sticks it on him. He's like, "You're saying all this. You're saying someone's crap. You're saying we're doing this. But who? Who is it? Like, say a name." And Dele Alli's like, "It's everyone. Everyone's been bad." And Dele Alli's like, Eric Dyer's like, "No, say a name. Be productive. Like, say someone. Call someone out." And Dele's like,
"Be productive."
Dele didn't want none of it. Dele didn't want none of it. None of it.
And then Mourinho had to put his arm around him, didn't he? See, this is what I like.
Yeah.
I like the
I'm happy. Why did Mourinho in that documentary? Mourinho said every time they had a fight, he was happy they had a fight.
No, but you have to. I think what you underestimate, Mourinho used to manage teams where people were absolute tools to each other. If we lost the game, everyone is about to draw for the leg, a shank. It's your fault we lost this game, rare, and they'll go back out. That Inter Milan team, bruv, it is. I hope there's a documentary on it in that treble-winning season because they had some nasty, vile players in that team. Oh my God, Walter Samuel, flipping Thiago Motta. Oh my God, nasty.
Even Cordoba played at centre half for like 5'8".
Oh my days, Cordoba, Maicon, Materazzi. He had some horrible players in terms of just like guys that would kill their mum just to get 3 points. Like they were absolutely like ruthless son of a guns. And even at Real Madrid, the reason why he loved the people like Pepe and Sergio Ramos, because they were frigging warriors, blood. He did not have time for Pepe Le Pew, bro. He had time for the big dogs. And he's trying to get out of Tottenham and he's realized, Rod, none of these men are dogs, you know?
All right, I need to keep it moving because time is
Tuesday.
I didn't catch any of that, boy. A few more comments on Ali. Lola O says Ali can kick rocks. His role is too specialized, and Jose's not going to build around him. She also says Dele is a younger, less ruthless Muller. Unless he picks up and finds a team to play him as a second striker, then he's going to struggle to settle. And I agree.
Is that Ozil problem, isn't it, conundrum?
Yeah,
like the role is too niche. You have to be exceptional for me to build my team around you, and if not,
it's a number 10 thing. SW6X London says, "I'll be honest. If Eriksen was still there, I'd be more worried. Spurs are dead though. But imagine Bale against Southampton. Yeah, good lord indeed. Man, what's that? Endo keeps telling me to come outside, and I don't really know what to do with that. Like, what do you want me to do? Like,
it's arms house, bro.
Look, I don't know what I've done to trigger him to say this, but I'm just saying now, Chelsea have just lost, Newcastle have just lost. I'm humbled this week, yeah? Both my teams have taken a bit of a hit, yeah? But I'm telling you now, when Chelsea get firing, when Ziyech comes, when Werner starts scoring, when Pulisic is back, yeah, you're going to see a different side of me. And if you don't like me now, You're gonna hate me then. I'm telling you. I'm telling you.
You can let me know.
I'm gonna be unbearable, guys.
Yeah,
I'm
no.
gonna be unbearable. Boss like Endo said, Adrian's banging the tables. You know.
No, bro, my man was being spectacular, bro. My man was like slinging boots about. Bro, man, create and dictate the play. Come on, man.
For
No,
reals, for reals.
No, man, I say like he's in Tracy Beaker, bro. Like he's in a dumping ground. Just
Oh,
play football. You know what I'm saying?
He also said, Peter, do you put water on the toothbrush first?
What is this? No, I get the toothbrush. You know what I'm saying? Sling that, then pour the water on. Whoosh, off we go, blood. You know what I'm saying? Electric thing, obviously, no homo. But yeah,
don't worry, Strolling.
What?
fair enough. Last game, Leicester 4, Burnley 2. I'm surprised. I'm surprised that Leicester actually are doing this well, but fair play. Sean Dyche's team is bare bones. But if they had players in their team that were in like number 37, 34, I said, rah, they are plucking Mandem out of their training ground, bro. So anyway,
that's
but yeah.
Bardsley game.
Huh?
Bardsley played.
Horrific. All right.
I'm done with that. Let's move on to the of the weeks.
Yeah, sure.
Whoa. Sorry. A comment just came through. Lola O says a lot of wins from Oscar. It's defo an if think for the Chelsea squad. Are you dumb? Like, come on. When Lampard gets his ducks in order, when it comes to fruition, I'm saying when because I know it's a when. I believe in Super Frank and I believe in the boys that we have. We're going to be unstoppable. We're going to be scoring a lot of goals. We're going to be winning a lot of games. And it's only a matter of time. So I'm going to say when one more time, but make sure you're here in the comments when it starts happening because you're going to see. You're going to see. Next week will be the first preview. Next time we do a podcast, Chelsea would have slapped up West Brom and you'll see what I'm talking about. You'll see what I'm on. Boss Endo says Dennis Pratt goal was dirty. Yeah, it was. It was a sick finish.
All right, let's start with that then. Goal of the week. Who is the goal of the week? Because Dennis Pratt's goal was mage.
That was a very, very good goal.
The goal of the week. There were goals this weekend as well. That's what's mad.
Yeah, but like good ones. I like Zaha's last goal, but that wasn't that spectacular.
Oh, by the way, Lindelof needs to.
Do you know what? Yeah, do you know what? He needs to nap off that one.
Like he's not a powerhouse, man. Come on. That Swedish robber.
I would say this though. What's it called? Son's first goal should have never gone in. It should have never ever gone in. What a finish that was. Anyone remember?
I mean, yeah, but it was a good finish.
No, I'm saying it was superb, as in goal of the week.
Oh, you're saying? Oh, okay. I thought you. Okay, yeah. I like because the thing is, all of Son's goals were like identical. They were all good finishes. The first one was like you're saying, it was the hardest one. It was a bit of an angle, but
it was wide.
What do you think of
Dennis Pratt then?
James Rodriguez's goal? Oh no, Pereira's free kick was cold for West Brom.
Oh, Matthias Pereira. Lovely bloke. But then even thingy. Bro. Yes, that was a very good goal, bro. That was sick, bro. Salah's touch. What's his name? Who whipped it in? It was Salah, Firmino, Mane. Bang. That was such a goal.
That wasn't goal of the week.
That was a good goal.
Bro, Son's goals were better than
But it was a good goal. Bro, you're bare like dissing it like it wasn't a good goal. It was a good goal, bro. Very good goal.
We had 10 men. I'm not having it.
Do you know what goal I like? But I don't know if I'm easily impressed. Helder Costa against Fulham.
Helder Costa's goal was good.
Like he takes the touch, just levers it past Areola.
Okay, I'm gonna vote
obviously
for
Danny Ings' goal was exactly like Son's. I'm going Son. I'm going Son's first goal. Son's first goal.
David, what are you saying?
What's the choices? I'm going to say Leicester Pratt, whatever his name is.
Yeah, Dennis Pratt.
Yeah, Dennis Pratt. Okay, Adrian.
Yeah. Pratt's was better. Yeah, I think Costa just sort of hit it, but Pratt showed a bit more technique. Yeah, than Pratt.
Yeah,
Dennis
I mean,
Pratt is the winner.
Son's goal was so underrated though. Like to score from where he did, like Danny Ings' one was a similar one. Like those goals were frigging hard to score, but fair play. And big up Kane for the assist of the fourth goal. Anyway,
I've just seen a
goal of the week is Dennis Pratt.
I've just seen a very, very funny comment. Yeah. So, Be Like Arsenal Guna said, "Why is Ali's role niche? Jose won the league with Lampard and Champions League with Schneider."
I think you answered your question, bro.
Wait, that was 10 years ago.
No, but answer the question. Lampard, Schneider, world class players. Like, if you're world class, the role is there for you. Dele Alli isn't.
Yeah. It was also like that was also when number 10s were a thing. Like,
but by the way, random question on fantasy: if you get fouled, is that an assist to you if they scored a penalty, or have they taken that away now?
No, it's still a thing. Werner got it against Brighton.
Okay, so De Bruyne got fouled and took the penalty. So then what?
It gets cancelled out. You never get 2 for that. You never get 2.
Stress in a box. Stress in a box.
Lola O said Lampard will continue to force his son out into that.
It's so true. It's so true, man.
I can't even argue with that. Lampard
is got. Do we need a paternity test? Is it narcissism? What is it?
He's got something on him. He's hanging something over his head, and I don't know what. Maybe he's dating Lampard's daughter. Maybe that's what's going on.
Oh my god!
I don't know, bruv. Because
remember that ludicrous comment. Okay, you brought it up now. That ludicrous comment Evra. The ludicrous comment that Evra said on Sky Sports, and they had to literally address it. Like Kelly Cates, like, just for the record. There is nothing. There's no like details on. No information is true about this. David Moyes' daughter and Zaha. I mean, flipping out.
Was he drunk? He just said that so
listen,
like his arms were folded, legs were crossed. Yeah.
I'm done with Patrice Evra personally.
Do you know what it is? Yeah, the thing is, everybody had forgiven Evra right over some time because he's been on Sky quite a lot. He's been busting joke with Roy Keane. Man forgave him, rare, they like him. But it's a guy who was lips in chicken that weren't cooked, fam. I'm not letting him get away with this. The guy was blood. The guy was all over that chicken. So from then he was cancelled, fam. You know it was there. Yeah, that guy was weird. The guy is weird, fam. He's weird. Anyway,
Lola O said you want to gas up slapping West Brom if you don't win. If you don't, I will hassle you 3 or 4 goals minimum. All right, that's fair.
What Chelsea?
That's fair. But we're coming, and it's a when. It's not an if, bro. It's a when. Chelsea are coming. So just mark
Matthias Pereira and Dina Gata.
Anyway. Sorry, I'm still getting through these comments before we move on. Boss Endo said, "Nah, AD is silent but deadly. He's actually very funny, you know. How's he comparing Delhi to Tracy Beaker?"
No, bro. No, that's what it is,
listen, bro. AD is the king on Top 4 podcast. Make no mistakes about this, bro. This guy, I am pissing myself laughing on a daily basis. Make no mistake about it, bro. Come to our church, bruv. You'll see, but it's freaking ridiculous. This guy he's reckless. That's what I'm saying. Okay, let's go. Team of the week.
Oh, all right, cool. I'll come back to the comments in a bit. Team of the week. Brighton.
Newcastle 3-0 away. What about Liverpool?
No, Brighton.
No.
They won at Stamford Bridge.
For me, Crystal Palace.
Oh, Palace. Executed. Perfect. Yeah, I'm going Palace.
Crystal Palace, and they've literally outplayed Manchester United. So yeah.
Palace.
Eagles.
Yeah, that's the key thing as well. It wasn't like it was like a dog-eared performance, backs against the wall, heads and everything that comes your way. Palace forced them up, bro.
It
should have been more.
Because you know what? I was going to go Tottenham, but then I remembered you can't forget the first half. Like, I can't act like the first half didn't exist. And for that, because Palace were flawless first and second half, I got to give it. So, yeah, Palace are the team of the week. Player of the week.
Son. No question.
Is it Dominic? Oh, yeah, Son. I was going to say Dominic Calvert-Lewin.
If you lot try to pull a Dominic Calvert-Lewin on this
You got a hat
podcast.
trick.
Man scored with his back. No.
You're a hater. Yeah, Son, him and Son can't lie.
I can't lie. I wanted to go for Harry Kane purely because of the fact that
True.
I think he showed a layer and a dimension of his game that a lot of people dismiss, and he's an excellent creator, and especially for Son's third goal, where he sort of bends it round the defender, puts it in area of no return.
Yeah.
I think
He got a goal to boot as well. Let's not forget.
he did. Yeah. I think we should vote for Son, and then hopefully Jose Mourinho comes on the podcast to tell us to vote for Harry Kane instead.
Oh, could you? What a time that would be. Would shut down Twitter.
Do you remember when Drake came out for the section boys?
Yeah,
that was insane. If I was in the crowd, I would have fainted.
I would have lost it. I would have lost it.
Probably 14.75 on Shubs.com. Yeah, section boys, all the man them, and then Drake just for players like Andrew Gabriel.
Adrian Gabriel.
That was all white. That was all white as well.
He wasn't all white.
Is it Harry Kane or is it him and Son?
Son, bruv.
Son.
All right, him and Son is the player of the week. David, who's not that guy?
All right, so basically, someone's dodged the bullet, man. Kepa, whatever your name is.
What? He's dodged the bullet?
How's he dodged that one?
He's dodged the bullet this week.
Oh.
Not that guy, is that guy at the same time, though.
Okay,
so,
okay.
This person was born on the 30th of August, 1996, in it, man. Where was he born? He was born somewhere in Africa. Let me not make it bait, man. Midfield, yeah? So he started his career in, I think this team, let me see what team it is. A Malayan football club called AS Real Bamako. And then he moved to France, where he joined Lille. Played for them from 2016 to 18.
Oh, that's harsh. Man.
He came to the Premier League in 2018, man, yeah? And his debut was in a 2-0 loss away at Watford, yeah? Someone was trending that just confused me. Man was like, why is Shawn Michaels trending, bro? And all I do, right in the pipe with Newcastle United. And all I do, oh my God, Jamal Francis got sweet chin music, bro. In the face, bro. And
the face.
Not that guy. He is that guy, but he's not that guy. Yes, Bresuma, you're not that guy, cunt. Don't stay out, man. This ain't WWE, fam.
Oh,
you're not a sexy boy, bruv.
Oh my gosh.
You know the funniest thing of it all? It was a genuine attempt to get the ball. He sincerely attempted to play the ball in that manner.
Man, them. Oh my God. Oh my God, bruv. That was a mazine.
And did you see his tweet?
What did he say?
It was like, at Jamal Lewis, my brother, I'm so sorry. I didn't want to get you. I was just trying to get the ball. I'm sorry, my brother. Please forgive me.
Why is he tweeting him, blood? You were chatting with him there and then. Man has to go home and tweet, man.
PR.
Oh my days,
guys.
Yeah, I guess
Jamal Lewis had a torrid evening.
Yeah, he had an awful day.
He had a horrible day.
That's mad.
He had an absolute howler of a day. Oh my day.
You're not trying to be a sexy boy.
You're not a sexy boy. I'm dead. But that I was pissed. I was laughing my head off. Absolutely laughing.
All right, let me get through the rest of these comments.
Oh, that was brilliant. Fair enough. Do comments and then we'll do some predictions.
Okay, Lola O said West Brom are a two-man team, Pereira and Diangana FC. Yeah, can't argue with that, can you? Shout out to Dean Garner's a shout for goal of the week as well. He had a really good goal.
I mean, I think it was poor goalkeeping from Pickford. It looked like a shot that took forever to go in.
Yeah, no, I think it's a good
Just
goal.
saying.
Ever trying to get Sky bodied, says SW6.
For real, blood.
That would have been a mad case.
Oh, that's a mad case.
Bosslight Endo said, why didn't Cho play? He was good against us last season. Yeah, I think he's also sleeping with Lampard's daughter. I don't know why Cho doesn't play him. I don't know, man. I don't know. You know, on this podcast, you know how I feel about...
The way Adrian locked off that camera quick, yeah? Fam, I'm not trying to get cancelled out here, cuz. Mazine.
Nah, but like, yeah, bro. The two things you lot have mentioned, the Mount being Lampard's son and Cho not playing, are the question that every single Chelsea fan is asking. I don't know why Cho is not playing. We have a League Cup game on Wednesday. He'll probably play then. But for Ziyech to be out and Pulisic to be out and still Callum Hudson-Odoi does not get a game, big warning signs for his career, isn't it? I think he might need to...
Yo, I bet Callum's pissed that he even signed a new deal, blood. Because if you think about all these wingers that have come in now, yo...
I'd be pissed. You think Pedro's out the door, Willian's out the door, now I can finally play games, and then all the new players we've signed play ahead of him. Ridiculous, man. I feel sorry for the boy. I really do. Lola O said, Lewis, from a move to Liverpool to a move to Newcastle, how could that happen? And then Aaron's, with a possible move to Barca or Bayern, but Norwich are just blocking the thing. They're not letting him go nowhere.
Blockage.
All right.
Yes, very quickly. Saturday, 12:30 kickoff. All eyes will be glued on this one, I can assure you. It is Brighton and Hove Albion against Manchester United.
I might give that a miss still. Man United win. David, you're muted, bruv.
What?
Man United win, I think.
Oh, it's Brighton and Hove. We're going Brighton and Hove.
Bruv. Somebody on the comments said that, Brighton are playing some nice football. Fam, against Man United right now at a time like this. Oh boy.
Yeah, that comment was
I'm going Brighton.
No, I think United will win. They'll get their first win of the season.
Hove. Hove, blood.
I don't want to predict against
2-1 win.
I want to believe it, man, but I just feel like United will bounce back, man. I just feel like they will bounce back.
You don't love Lamptey too much, bro. They're not going to lose. They're not going to lose. Who's going to score their goals? Neil Mopai. This ain't Arsenal, bro. This ain't Arsenal. Come on, man. Maguire to get some fun. Then a goal to David De Gea's near post.
Oh, fam, I swear, if we see that, bro. And the thing is, it's not far-fetched. It's not far-fetched by any stretch
at all. Wait,
Adrian, go on.
If Rashford plays on the left, he's going to get pocketed by Lamptey all game.
And then who's going to play on the right for Man United?
Darren James.
Because they got nothing going there either. Oh, maybe Jadon Sancho. Who knows? I think Man United will win. I think they'll just about get there. They have to. I don't mind the banter. I'm ready for more banter next week, but I think they have to win. Adrian.
Yeah. I think unfortunately United get over the line.
Yeah. Okay. Palace Everton. Woo! Palace Everton. That's interesting. 2 6-pointers.
Everton, bro.
Where is it?
Selhurst.
I think Selhurst.
I think that'll be a score draw. Dennis, if you're listening, score draw.
And that game is on Amazon Prime.
Oh.
Okay, 5:30 kickoff. 5:30 kickoff. West Brom at home to Chelsea.
Chelsea.
What do you
Chelsea.
What do you?
Yeah, it has to be Chelsea.
If you don't lose,
how many?
Does it have to be?
Yes.
Who was West Brom's first game?
Leicester.
Oh, Leicester, yeah.
Did they score?
No.
Comprehensive.
They were bad. They were beaten badly.
They're taking 2 fat L's. Yeah, I gotta go Chelsea.
Guys,
we're
gonna slap them up. Like we're gonna slap them up. I'm being dead serious.
You know what,
we will.
I think we should cancel our Sky subscription because look at the fodder they're feeding us. 8 o'clock on Saturday, we're getting Burnley at home to Southampton. That is on Sky Sports, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah.
That will be the least pre-watched game of the season. 8 o'clock on a Saturday night. You got
it's the 8 o'clock game though, anyway. So who cares? It's the 8 o'clock game. Who cares?
Yeah, that's what it's going to get no views.
But the thing is, games like that, I always doze off, you know. I'm watching it, it's at the 17th minute. I wake up, Kelly Dalglish is talking on the touchline. I'm like, bloody hell. Some games are mad.
Hey, listen, bro. Depending on what Boris says tomorrow, hey, that might be what we have to watch, fam.
It's so true. It's so true. Okay, let's move to Sunday.
So we had a few comments based on the predictions. On the Palace game, Lola O says, I'm sticking with Black Boy FC, Ezzy to get his first goal. I know you said Ezzy here, but I think you meant to say Mitchie. I think that's what you meant to say. I think Bashwa.
She did not mean that at all.
Right, guys?
She did not mean that at all. No.
Maybe not. She also
Not
says
Mitchie.
Chelsea 4-0 Chelsea because she knows that it's when and not if.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, West Bromwich Albion, man, they can't give them. They ain't got a prayer. They've conceded 8 goals already this season.
And they ain't scoring, especially not with Shadow Silver at the back.
Oh boy. Sunday, 12 o'clock kickoff. 12 o'clock kickoff. Sheffield United against Leeds United. Leeds.
This is a real battle. This is a real game.
Oh yeah, Yorkshire Derby. I forgot about that. Yeah.
Yeah, not only that, but the styles of play are really going to be a clash here. Like,
listen, Chris Wilder lost to Aston Villa. I ain't got a prayer for them, man. There,
bro. It was only because of 10 men. Like, they wouldn't have lost that game.
Leeds.
Nah, man. I'm on a
Leeds,
Leeds thing. Chris, Leeds have lost their first 2 games. Like, they're not. Sorry, Sheffield United have lost their first 2 games, so they're not going to be going into this game like easy.
Leeds.
I'm gonna say Sheffield United win.
Leeds. All right, you go for it, blood. You man, you carry on. You crack on, bro.
We got a question from Matt, a new commenter, who says, "You play FPL?"
Yes.
Yeah, we have a link to our fantasy league, which is in the description below. So if you just click on that link, it will automatically add you to our league, and you'll see me at the top of the table. So please join. Nice
this guy, bro.
Is there going to be a prize this year?
Huh?
Is there going to be a prize this year?
What?
You're doing your whole thingies, bro. You know your football, in it.
I don't know. What do you think? I don't know. Do you not want a prize?
We stick a tenner. We stick a tenner in, and winner takes all.
Yeah, bro. I'm down. Keep it moving.
All right, cool. 2 o'clock kickoff. Spurs against Newcastle.
Spurs all day. If you're dead if you don't beat
Spurs all day.
Yeah, Spurs.
Yeah.
Flip's sake. This.
Just,
Do you go against your own team?
Just the news of Bale lifts the club. He doesn't need to be on the pitch. Just the fact that Gareth Bale is back.
Bruce.
The thing is, yeah, what like the Tottenham we saw against Southampton, you can't play like that against Newcastle.
It was Jekyll and Hyde. It was Jekyll and Hyde performance.
You can't Newcastle. Steve Bruce, like I said last week, 2 banks of 4, bro. You're not getting no ball over the top. We're sitting deep, so we'll see. Innit? We'll see. I will take Callum Wilson out my team because he ain't scoring, but I don't know if Tottenham will be free flowing.
Hey, man. Do you know how mad this week of football's been? Grealish inside the team, Aubameyang inside the team, Bell, Regulion, Thiago, Jota, flipping it.
It's been a madness, bro. Did you know Spurs have 5 games in 10 days? Them men are gonna be haggard by the end, bro. They got Orient tomorrow, who've tested positive for coronavirus, but we'll move on.
The club tested positive.
The whole club, blood. What's it called? 4:30 kickoff. Yeah, big game. 4:30 kickoff. Man City versus Leicester City.
Man City. I was gonna say City, but man.
City.
Yeah, Man City. Man City. 7 o'clock kickoff on Sunday. West Ham at home to Wolves.
Wolverhampton all day.
Do you know what? I think
Yeah.
Don't
Yeah.
say West Ham,
I think
bro.
it's gonna be a draw, you know.
Nah, bro. West Ham are very good.
Fam, I'm going Wolves, bruv. Them men are gonna hunt them man down, blood.
Wolves, definitely.
You know what I'm saying? You better get on that Rey Mysterio mask, Raul Jimenez, bruv. Make it happen, make it rain. Monday night football. We got 2 games. Monday night football. Fulham at home to Aston Villa.
Fulham, bro.
Saucy.
Fulham.
Nah, Villa, bro. Villa.
Oh, this is a tough one, John.
Fulham.
Actually, nah. I don't know, bro. I'm gonna say Villa. I'm
gonna go draw. I'll say draw because Fulham have got Mitrovic, but Villa, I don't know who's going to score for Villa.
Yeah, you're gonna say Ollie Watkins, weren't you, mug?
Ole, ole, ole!
Right. What's the other Monday game?
And the final game, Liverpool at home to Arsenal.
The big one.
Liverpool. The mage one.
Liverpool.
Liverpool win.
2-0 Liverpool.
Sauce.
I see that confidence. Clean sheet.
He said two without reply. He don't care about Aubameyang. He don't care.
Oh, I think Alex has got back his mojo, you know, because I can't be lying to you. Like for a while, he didn't necessarily have that same allure. I don't know what it was.
Yeah, I agree with you.
The Leeds game, but like, and he even said it after he saved the penalty. He's like, you know what, as a goalkeeper, like saving shots is my currency. Penalties gives me a good boost. I feel confident again. So hopefully Alisson's back, man, because we've been conceding goals.
Okay, yeah, you're right. Lola O said that Aubameyang to score 3-1.
Liverpool. David, are you going to stick your neck out on my?
You can go stick your neck out if you want, innit? I'm not about it, bro.
The next on the line.
That's a decapitation thing.
2-1 Arsenal.
Alright, good luck to you, bro.
Nah, man, I got to back my team. I got to back the goons.
I'm not backing nothing, bro. Every time we get Anfield, we get slapped, bro.
No, my heart says 2-1 Arsenal. My head says 3-1 Liverpool.
Oh, Arsenal, you don't make me laugh,
Every
bro.
time we step on to go past Stanley Park, we get slapped, bro. Nah, man. Yeah.
No point. David's right.
Yo, man, that sums up this week's top 4 podcasts.
Should I get to the rest
Any
of the
comments
comments?
before we... Yes, you can.
All right, Boss Like Endo gave all his predictions. He said Man United will beat Brighton 3-1. Liverpool will beat Arsenal 3-1. West Brom will lose to Chelsea 4-0. Man City 4, Leicester 2. Tottenham 2-2 draw with Newcastle, which is an interesting result there. Lola O said that Sheffield can't go into the Arsenal game with 3 losses in a row. So she thinks they'll beat Leeds, which I also think. She said that they won't have a high line to exploit, but they better. Spurs' defense is crap, and they'll give a goal away. What's that? Who's Spurs playing again?
Newcastle.
You see, forget your team's vote already.
Oh, right. Yeah.
You heard the Arabs are going to come with the money, and then
It's hard following 2 teams, man. This is what Spurs get for being crap and having to qualify for Europa. Yeah, true.
Hey, she didn't say crap, though.
Yeah. It's a family show, isn't it? Family show.
It's a family show.
She said that because they haven't qualified for Europa, which is rich because Arsenal just took away their qualification thing. So, you know, it's not
them man were losing to Plovdiv, yeah, and then they're going to Macedonia, blood. You can't make this up, blood. You can't make this up.
A few more.
Love it.
SW6 says Arsenal are going to win this game. I don't know why he thinks that. Even the League Cup was a 5-5 loss. What's that about?
Liverpool.
Hey, can I quickly speak about something that happened today that no one seems to have mentioned? So Sky Sports announced that Crystal Palace are prepared to pay 19 million for Ryan Brewster, and Liverpool will have a buyback clause. Yeah. So all the Liverpool fans are getting bare gas, like great business. And then Steve Parish, did you not see what Steve Parish tweeted?
No.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. He tweeted, we have asked Sky to take this down. It is total fabrication from start to finish. We have not made a bid, formal or informal. He also
Like,
said,
Liverpool are desperate to get rid. That's what it is. That's what that smells of.
he also said, since you won't leave it alone, nor will I. How do you know what I'm prepared to pay? Or indeed, if I'm prepared to pay anything, I can assure you, numbers have not been discussed with me. So who tells you this stuff? And for what reason? Why is it okay for you to just write it?
Because an agent told them. That's why.
He tweeted that an hour ago. He's fuming. He's fuming because
here's
man
the
like
game.
Adrian are just retweeting Sky Sports lies. That's why.
But quick question: like, do you think there's something to this? Because I see tweets fly out all the time. Why this one has it caused for the chairman to get involved?
You're trying to finesse, man. You're trying to finesse his 19 mil, bruv. Nah, cuz.
Yeah, I wonder whether or not like Liverpool are trying to expect like more money, or like whether he's trying to get it on the cheap, and then you're saying 19, it puts me in a corner. I don't know, like it's bare things.
But I agree with Oscar. I think it's definitely either Liverpool or an agent drumming up interest to say, "Raw, teams are down. Or Sheffield United, are you on? West Brom, are you on?"
Yeah,
but it's not even like if it was like somebody was trying to buy Zaha, I could understand why he'd be so angry.
Exactly.
But if it's them trying to get Ryan Brewster, like, so what? It's not like the fans really want him or something. Like, it doesn't really matter. No one cares. No one cares.
Do they need another attacker?
No, they just signed Michy Batshuayi. I told you, 10 goals this season.
He's sitting on that bench, boy. He's been warming bench, fam. You know the ones. He's been warming bench.
He has. I can't lie. SW6X London says, good podcast, guys. What's that? Says, good night, guys. Big up AD, the Joker.
You don't know. Big up to everybody that's locked in today, man. Thank you for everyone that's commented in. Big up Lucky. Big up Douglas. Big up friggin' Boss Like Endo. SW6. Big up Lola. Big up Dennis. Big up what's the Gooner guy called? Be a Gooner. What is it? I forgot his name or her name.
Arsenal, bro. He just is up. He's up, bro. Be Arsenal
Gooner.
Straight up the Gooner gang. Big up Lola as well, of course, 100%.
She's accusing Liverpool of money laundering. Apparently, all the young players they're selling for 10 mil.
Go and get arrested, bro. You better be careful with that money laundering thing.
What that ban? Yeah, just a hot ban.
Don't worry. You're lucky you changed your sponsor, bro. Oh, are they still sponsored by a thing? Standard Chart, whatever their name is.
I swear they are.
Come on, Ponzi scheme.
Yeah, them men are dodge bloods. Them men are dodge, bro.
If I show you the list of dross that we've managed to get rid of and the amount of money that we've received, it's unbelievable. If the Brewster deal was to be believed, Saka 30 million, Benteke 30 million, Brewster 25 million. That's 85 million pounds to the two of them. That gives you Van Dijk plus 10 million.
Oh my god.
We shouldn't be shocked that they're winning, bro. Look at the sponsor, guys. Hey.
Hey. Is it by their owners? Is your owners who own that, right?
No.
What?
It's just a bank.
Standard Chartered.
It's just a bank.
I don't know. I think it's just a bank. Yeah.
I swear Liverpool's owners came in and made Liverpool a sponsor of something. What was that? Was it Warrior?
Oh no.
Yeah. When they're meant to be like the biggest sporting contracts in history or something.
Something like that. Yeah, I remember when the owners came in, they used their thing as a thing. But anyway.
Yeah, but remember now they're not funded by oligarchs. Remember that. You got to remember that. Like,
no,
that's important piece of information.
But what have I just told you? The Brewster money essentially covers Thiago. I don't think the rules.
Say no more, bro.
It's not true.
I mean, we'll see on October the 5th.
We'll see on October the 5th, indeed, where the transfer deadline date. Is that a Monday? Ooh, we could be here all night, ladies and gentlemen. That sums up this week's Top 4 podcast. Make sure you share, like, and subscribe at Top 4 Podcast on the Twitter, at Top 4 Podcast on YouTube, on SoundCloud, on iTunes. What else? What am I missing out? Who am I missing out? YouTube's, of course, 100%. Spotify, 100%. All it. Check the link right there, boy. Yeah, make sure you share, like, subscribe. We're back again next Monday at 8 o'clock. where I'll have one eyeball on the debacle at Anfield and one eyeball to talk about Man United's defeat against Brighton and Hove Albion. Make sure you share, like, subscribe, tell a friend to tell a friend. With that said, ladies and gentlemen, back, peace.
Peace.
Yeah, I know.
Show.